That's all I remember.
I remember Jack St. Louis.
Just wanted to get the transient spike.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's do it. Are you ready, JC? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I reset the camera, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that's
now
good.
there's a 7-minute clip of us just setting up and bullshitting.
Yeah.
It's a pre-podcast commentary.
Pre-podcast commentary.
We got that hentai bit in there too.
I got a ways to go. I got a ways. I got a ways to go. I got a ways. I got a ways to go. I got a ways. I got a ways to go. I got a ways.
I just try to find a new way to fuck with it every time.
I think so. Yeah.
You know, there's a whole game plan, and we're aware of how it's supposed to go. And then every single time I'm like, and you know what? I need to throw that wrench in there.
Yeah, you always want to interrupt that shit for no reason. Come on, man. What happened to our synergy, man? It's 20th episode, right?
This is the 20th episode.
Of John's Closet podcast, and you just want to fuck it up, man. I thought we're supposed to build synergy.
This is where the college alcoholism sets in.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know, because
Gotcha.
it's episode 20.
Bro, for episode 21, should we get drunk for that one? Should we start? Well, okay. How about I get somewhat drunk, right? And you'll and I'll just try to interview the best I can, because I know you don't like to drink too much.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big drinker.
Right.
Anyone that knows me knows that I only get drunk on my birthday. And
Yeah.
even then, I don't like it by the end of the night.
Yeah. Though, weirdly enough, I remember all the times you get drunk. I don't.
Because you can count them on one hand.
I can't count them on one hand, and most of the time I have been there. What was it? Post the fight.
Oh, yeah, no, because
Yeah.
for my 21st birthday,
Yeah.
oh boy, I was gone by the time you got there at 9.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then you caught up, and then we both puked on Angel's
Yeah,
carpet.
we collectively puked on Angel's carpet. Like, I kind of puked in the scattered,
No.
a trail.
You puked in the carpet,
Yeah, carpet, yeah.
and then I puked in the sink.
Can I tell you something? All the years I've ever thrown up, I apologize to everybody who ever thrown up at that place. I've never once made it to the bathroom. I've thrown up in my own in my own dorm room. I have in Sobe, the bathroom's literally like 20. Well, no, like 5 yards away? Like literally just right outside. I just couldn't make it. I do like a Banshee. You know, wait. You know, you've seen Exorcism? You know how she like projectile vomits? Like,
oh my god!
I kind of do like that.
I'm thinking more like that.
Never make it.
That Osmosis Jones bit.
Osmosis
Jones. Ozzy and Drix.
Oh. that's a
Oh,
good
wait, the animated movie?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, when he's like throwing up and shit, he eats an egg sandwich or some shit. Yeah.
This literal projectile. Just,
It's shit like that. But anyways,
it's a great start to a podcast.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, let's introduce our guests. We got the Chris Daniels on my left right here.
Yeah. What's going on?
And we got a surprise guest who reluctantly
pop-up
doesn't
guest.
want to be here right now. JC, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Thank you guys for letting me come to the podcast.
Yeah.
You almost invited yourself, but you know.
Yeah.
On the guest list.
Yeah.
But you know what? We keep things loose in John's closet.
Oh.
Yeah,
you know?
very loose.
How loose?
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, you want to keep it kind of tight. Like, if you got a loose butthole as a gay dude, you're not really it. You want that tight.
Yeah.
Please tell me more about.
Yeah, what should he do?
Yeah, they call it their pussy.
Who calls it that?
The what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You said who does?
that butt pussy.
The butt pussy.
The
Yes.
butt pussy.
Yeah. Butt pussy.
What did I sign up for? Why am I here?
Hey, I
There's a
told you before.
problem.
Okay, before the podcast started, I told you Duke Stamina. Like, you should have listened to that episode because there's like a stark contrast between X and VIX.
Oh God.
Oh man, we got two. Don't worry, guys. Next week we'll get another white rock band. I know the podcast is getting very urban right now.
Blackness. That's crazy.
Yeah. I know.
A lot of N-words flying around.
Yeah,
here.
a lot of niggas, and I always see John get very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
He's like,
he's like,
because I
yeah.
always see him like he wants to participate, but John he doesn't really listen to like rap and hip hop that much.
Yeah, no, and it's
So
always like, man,
just
like,
fuck.
where can I chime in?
Yeah.
And then I had the one
Yeah.
moment last episode. The one moment.
It was a beautiful moment. How you said it was a what was it?
So they were talking about Odd Future, and they were like,
Yeah.
Hey, Odd Future.
and they were like, yeah, no, we're huge Tyler heads. You know, we love Odd Future, and we just love to collaborate with them. And I was like, so if you give them a call, do you hope they answer?
Yeah, I just fucking. It was so brilliant,
That was
and
your
like
moment.
that was his moment.
That was my quip, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
It's just
The
like
rest of you just watch from the outside.
Yeah.
Urban society take place in your closet.
Listen, like, no, but you know, it's the type of thing that like, as I grow more as a musician, right? It's just a matter of like, I've never known how to necessarily break into the genre. I didn't have a necessarily good distinction for what was good and what was what was bad, because for me it was like, if you're not familiar with something, you're gonna be like, well, it's all the same.
Yeah.
But then then Sydney kind of was like, listen to this, and
He put you on.
Put you on, man.
What did you put him on?
What
was the
did
first
he
thing
put you
you
on to? What was the song that
What's the first album I showed you to listen to?
Well, I think first off, it was like, you played like Tachyon by Death Grips.
I was on my weird. Okay, so here's the thing. Since he's a metal and rock guy, I tried to like.
I'll give him something that was kind of like.
Yeah, similar, like more
Of course.
experimental, like
Right.
rap. So I showed him Death Grips. I showed you JPEG Mafia.
Yeah.
Really liked a lot.
That's a hip hop I'm not familiar with. That's what I'm
Yeah, that's a
a
weird
dark
ass.
hip-hop.
That's a weird ass
I
nigga.
felt bad because he was saying his name. Yeah, I don't know.
See,
Yeah.
the thing is, he went immediately
good.
for like the underground shit that
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
that was like, no, you're not gonna hear this
So
on
when
the
you got all
radio.
the way to Macklemore, it was like,
Yeah.
it wasn't hip hop to you.
No, but well, then Sydney was like, well, listen to some Kendrick, and I listened to what was it? Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
It's a bad city too. But
Well, yeah. I know, I was about to make that mistake, and then I was like, no, that's Mad City.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Fantastic.
and then well, even Aaron has been trying to show me stuff slowly but surely.
Yeah, you listen to yeah.
Like
top of the time.
he what did he show me recently? Oh God, no, there was this. Fuck. No. He showed me the study with the rapper that uses more words than Shakespeare, A$AP Rock, or something like that.
A$AP Rocky?
Yeah, you guys know that little
Yeah.
chart
I've never
thing?
seen that.
So basically, this dude put together all the most well-known lyricists or whatever, and he
Yeah.
compared their first, I think, three albums or whatever.
He took the first 35,000 words
35. Okay, that's what it was.
and counted how many were unique.
yeah,
All the unique words.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
somebody talked about this before though.
And right around all the big big hip hop artists and rappers, they were at I don't know, sometimes 3,000-4,000 words, sometimes 5,000.
yeah. Some people at the top of the chart
yeah.
was Andre 3000.
Yeah.
All of the Wu-Tang
Yeah, of
Clan.
And they're hitting 35,000 words. 5,000 are unique. That means 14% of your words are absolutely original. You know.
Yeah.
And considering that normal humans on a daily basis
Yeah.
speak an average of 500 different words
Yeah.
per day, that's kind of one of those things where that's normal speech.
Yeah.
But you're putting this on a record.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is print stuff that takes years to write.
Yeah.
And then there was this grouping right around 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and then off to the side there was a break in the chart. Now in the chart it looks like it's right next to it,
Of course.
and then A$AP Rock is just at 8,000
Yeah.
or some
Unique
shit.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he's in
he
a
hit,
complete
He's just really saying crazy stuff.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
listen to his music, it's definitely
Yeah, he's saying fashion stuff I ain't never heard of.
Yeah.
For sure.
I definitely gotta look
probably
at this.
said
up.
Google it. Googly a couple
A$AP Rock.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then he showed and the other thing that he showed me was this this YouTube channel of Metalheads listening to hip hop.
Yeah, I've actually seen
I think
some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
And and I've seen the reverse too, hip hop heads listening to metal and just being there's this one dude that's oh yeah, I normally listen to hip hop, and then he's puts on some Slipknot, and then he's dude, what? Because then he sees Corey Taylor just getting the crowd going with Spit It Out, and then
So it's a foreign world to me.
Yeah.
Foreign world to me.
I've
You never had a
dabbled a
rock
little
and
bit
roll
of metal.
phase? You never had a
Never.
metal phase?
No.
Never?
No, I never just wanted to bang it out.
Let me educate you about something.
Okay, teach
All
me.
right, so. I know you guys were making some comments earlier. This was off the record, but
Now it's on the record.
about the man, like you seem so nice for a metalhead. Like what? Where's all that? Because
where's all that aggression coming from? We were really confused when we heard your music.
Yeah.
Who hurt you?
Show us on the doll where they hurt you.
Timmy in 4th grade.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Timmy.
No, but
he still remembers his name.
Put that booger on me.
Yeah.
no, but here's the thing. Like, the thing is, mosh pits.
Yeah.
As crazy as they sometimes can be, and as much as you hear like the outlier stories, sometimes they're the most respectful like environments to be in.
I don't believe you.
No, literally, there's like an unspoken etiquette to moshing in
Okay.
that like.
I would never believe that.
Yeah, no. I mean, there are some people like in the super hardcore like deathcore shows. They like swing their arms around and flail them around like
Right.
like just swinging and
Hurting
just
people.
whatever. And yeah, people go near that. It hurts people. But like, usually what you'll see is you'll sometimes see bodyguards that just like hold their arms out just to make sure they're not hitting anyone.
Yeah.
And so everyone stays behind the bodyguards in like the smaller venues, so that they're the ones taking all the blow on their arms, making sure that they're whatever. And everyone else that's just there for the music and doesn't really want to mosh is like
It's outside
out there.
of that, yeah.
And it's usually like zones, right? And so like, at let's say the Orpheum, which is up in Ybor.
I love that place, man.
Yeah. They have like their designated like mosh zone.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when we went to, I went with a couple friends to go see Born of Osiris, and Within the Ruins was also playing, and some other bands. And the thing is, like, the mosh pit was very like that. That was like one of the funnest experiences that I've ever had, where I'm like in the mosh pit, everyone's having a good time, everyone's staying away from the guys flailing their arms. They have their own isolated
They have
corner.
their own place where they're like killing each other.
But like everyone else is just bumping into each other, running into
Organized
each other.
killings. Organized pushing
Like the
and
Hunger
shit.
Because like they're all like
Yeah.
bumping into each other and
Yeah.
like whatever, and then like. And the thing is, as soon as someone falls down, there's always another dude that's like,
Pick you up,
pick you right back
into
up.
it. What if you want to be down there? What if you don't want to be in it anymore?
That's some real camaraderie. You
Yeah,
won't see a rap concert. You see someone
Yeah.
fall, you just get in front of them.
Who says white people? Who says white people don't have any culture?
I'm guessing when you're bumping each other, you're just feeling the energy of the music. Like that's like how
Yeah.
It's
no,
like it's like instead of dancing, you just kind of like basically
people
like
can't
kind of get
dance.
it out.
Sid,
Like-
wait, you go to mosh pits?
I can see
I've been to
Sydney
one.
in the
I'd
Flailing
be so
Arms
afraid.
one.
I'd be afraid that I'd be targeted.
Because
They'd be like, look at
a lot
him.
of my friends, they like a lot of metal and
Oh, yeah.
rock and shit like
We-
that. So
we've taken
I've-
Sydney to a few shows.
Yeah,
Have you ever
I
been
definitely.
jumped?
Okay, I went to.
Immediately in the story, like,
This is a while ago. This is maybe I was probably like 20 at the time. I was at a Pierce the Veil concert. Right, and this is in St. Augustine. So I went with my, of course, my white homies. I don't know.
Shout
I
out
needed
to
to
St.
tell you that.
Augustine.
And I was probably the only black person there. Right, we had
Of
this
course you
like
were.
big,
Obviously.
nice little concert, dive bar, whatever. Yeah, it was cool. I like some of the songs too, but like the mosh pit, like I was right here, and the mosh pit like formed in front of me. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, it's coming.
Right? And there's no way for me to like back away because
No.
people are like, yeah. So the moshing and shit. Now this white dude, right? He had black hair, piercings, typical looking
Mosh pitter.
Mosh pitter.
Yeah.
Right. He's a little bit short. He's probably like 5'5", probably like weighed like 140. Right. He's just like moshing or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And he like moshed too close to me. Right. And I wasn't paying attention. And he like kind of like hit me. And he wanted to like kind of normally when you like when moshing or whatever, you normally want to like push back or whatever. He kind of took one look at me. He was like, "Oh, my bad."
Hey,
it's just like
this mosh was not for you.
yeah. I was like, "No, my brother, I am not moshing with you, man. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna stand here and just enjoy this fucking music."
well, that's the thing. Like, if they see someone's not into it or
Yeah.
not
They're
trying
not
to,
gonna hit you
Yeah.
with it,
they're
right?
like, they're
Just
not
the way
gonna.
he reacted is like, "Oh,
I always thought that people got caught in the wildfire.
Now there
Yeah,
is like
I
a
thought that would
small,
be the case.
well, because the thing is there is a small group of people, and I emphasize that it's a small group of people.
the minority."
Yeah. I see what you did there,
Yeah.
Sydney.
The minority monsters.
Yeah.
No, but there's a small group of people that actually like, again, the people that are very much like crowd killing.
Yeah.
Like they have their fist flailing, they have their legs kicking or whatever.
Yeah.
There are some people that have the attitude of like, you go to a metal show to mosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not moshing,
You're taken away from that?
then or not like they just immediately dismiss you as like, you're a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
I love my parents, so you know I don't feel like I don't feel that need. That, you know,
don't gotta go
they
to the
provided
bar.
for me and shit. My 16-year-old girlfriend didn't break up with me from high
I'm not
school.
mad at- I don't have
when I'm
a
in my
Timmy in my
20s.
life, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home.
No, but like, but I mean like, you know, but that's the same thing with anything.
You
like,
always have an extremist in every situation.
like the fucking Ariana Grande concerts. You remember that shit like a
No,
year
I
ago?
haven't.
Like there was like bomb threats, or was it actually a bomb that went off?
I think a bomb actually went off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was in like I think her
It was-
UK tour.
I think it was in London.
Yeah.
if I'm not
Crazy.
mistaken.
It is.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
and like
nuts.
so
The weirdest
a
place for a
fucking
bomb to go off.
a fucking pop concert.
Yeah.
You know, like so like you got people moshing in a metal show, but like. You know, if it can happen at a fucking pop concert,
can happen
like,
anywhere, yeah, yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Nobody's
yeah.
safe.
There's definitely people getting knifed in the hip hop concert.
Yeah, that is a long-standing motherfuckers getting shot,
Yeah.
guns going
Yeah.
off, stabbings,
Yeah,
fighting,
there's,
and shit.
there's crazy people and everything. That's just
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Even sociopaths like music.
how was your guys this week before I start getting into the video? What you guys?
It's been a difficult week starting off. I mean, it's only Tuesday today,
It's only
but
Tuesday.
yeah.
What's going on in your life?
I came out of the weekend pretty sick.
The weekend, yeah. How was your weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I threw up on Monday.
You threw up on Monday.
Yeah. I was,
That's
you know, we were just,
that's kind of the best way to end the weekend. I think that's how you know you had a
Golly.
great weekend.
I just been like working too much, you know? Like,
Oh.
you know, like you get in that funk as an artist where like you're just like grinding and you forget about your
Health?
your health.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
health is an important part of life, but
Yeah.
you're really into the art. So like,
Yeah.
you know, I just I got kind of carried away.
It's funny when you hear about people who say like, "Oh yeah, I work 24/7." Da da da. Like living with Daniel, you'll know that this guy really.
This
be
nigga
on-
really works 24/7. Because I always say that in school, and niggas like, "Yo, man, I studied 30 hours this
Yeah.
week." I'm like, "You know, you fucking
you didn't.
didn't."
No, you
So
didn't.
Chris is really
still
like
failing
working
my
hard.
exams.
Yeah.
He really is.
Come on, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I have at
know.
least 2 or 3 students that are listening right now.
Okay.
They found the podcast.
Oh, did they?
Oh.
How do you feel about that?
Well, guys, if you're listening right now, get off the fucking podcast and study. When you get an A on your fucking test, then you can come back and
Yeah,
watch
don't
the
be getting
podcast.
C's and fucking listening to the podcast.
He's getting degrees.
No.
That's the
No,
Goddamn
that's
right.
the
If C's to get degrees,
That's
that's
your doctor
fine.
saying
But you
C's
know,
get degrees.
Shit, I don't know what he does.
in graduate
He's got
school,
a
B's
degree.
get degrees.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
B's. Yeah. They only accept C's around there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. See, in grad school, A is average, B is below average, and C is catastrophic. That's
Wow.
that's how that goes.
You would have never made it there, JC.
Yeah.
Crazy. We both
Very
graduated from the
elitist.
same place. So what does that say about you? We both graduated at the same time, came in at the same time.
How about you, JC? How was your weekend?
Oh, it was good. I was in California, came back.
You in Cali?
I was in Cali.
Where at in Cali?
I was in Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho
What the fuck is that at?
Cucamonga.
Yes, it's.
Did you spend the entire weekend learning how to pronounce that?
Oh man!
Cucamonga.
Apparently, have you guys seen the show Workaholics?
Yeah.
Apparently, Workaholics was recorded there.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
Huh.
so like that
In Rancho
Workaholics.
Cucamonga.
Yeah, it's like about maybe 20 minutes from Mexico. So there's a bunch of day laborers and workers there. It's
Damn.
amazing. Their Mexican food's so authentic.
It's so
delicious.
authentic. It's real.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's real. It's not authentic.
Yeah.
Someone's grandma literally made it across the border that day and served it to me for lunch. Then
Damn.
went back.
Wow. Wow. So much for that wall getting built. Come on, fam.
Yeah.
Promise me, man. But no,
you know, they
what
should
were
make
you,
a-
what were you doing in California? Or
Rancho Cucamonga.
you just Rancho Cucamonga. You just seeing
no.
family, friends, or some shit?
No, he wanted to go see the border gas station called Wal instead of Wawa.
That's
So I had to get that quip in there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm actually gonna use that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that next time. No, I had an interview for a human resource job.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure if
Jason,
someone
you.
in human resource should probably use a Wawa joke, but it's okay.
Yeah. Seems a little insensitive.
He's there from accounting. I got the
homemade
joke.
tacos from across the border.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
want him in HR.
Just pretend you're not enjoying yourself on this podcast. You'll be fine.
Yeah, the hell did you hear against
Well,
your
that's why
will?
you trying to be quiet. You're like, hey, man, I'm not trying to get. Make sure you don't tag me in this podcast. Make sure you don't mention this
be a part of
shit.
this closet.
Yeah. You just one word answers. answers. How's your day today? Good.
Good.
What's on your mind? Nothing. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, JC. Thank you for that insightful opinion.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
All right, let's get into this interview. So, Chris Daniels.
Oh yeah, this is an interview, right?
Yeah, yeah. We try to get to the bro. I was thinking about it, like X and VIX. During that entire interview, I did not once ask them what does X and VIX mean.
I don't think that you would have gotten an answer. I don't know if there's an abbreviation for it or anything like that.
Yeah, but like none of my.
I know
literally
one
made
member's
questions
name
out
is
of that.
one member goes by VI.
Yeah.
And I think maybe like now I have a theory, but it's like because we didn't ask directly, I only have the theory to work off of.
Ah.
I'm thinking like each letter just has to do with like, you know, like Toke on Facebook. I think he has like TXKE.
Yeah.
And so maybe he's like one of the X's.
Okay, so it just represents them in some way that they spell their name.
But then
things.
like
Some
there's
like
5 letters.
hieroglyphics type
yeah,
of
it's
shit.
not like
Like,
there's 8 members. It doesn't really count.
I think I'm trying to like.
Puzzle, you
do
have
the
to-
yeah,
under-
it's all
the
yeah.
underscores mean something?
Yeah, it's like what the
Like,
fuck? Yeah.
Wait, are the 2 underscores the 2 members in New York? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Big message.
like I've put way too much thought into this.
Yeah,
fucking
Why
shit.
they
shit.
named it? Please tell us. Please tell
Please
us.
tell us. It's like,
Give
it's
us a
like,
reason.
he's like, no, it's just random.
They're
letters
gonna
we
leave a
just put
comment
together.
on this, just
Yeah.
being like, it doesn't mean anything. Stop.
Yeah, let this go.
We just like these letters.
They're a really dope group, though. I like
Oh,
them a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, that was a fun interview. So, anyways, Chris Daniels.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Originally from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, Duval.
Duval.
Yeah,
I'm living my best life.
Hey,
I ain't going back and forth to do niggas. Living my best.
hey.
Don't worry, I don't know this song either.
You know what I'm
You're not cool enough.
Wow.
I'm
Listen to
definitely
Lil
not
Duval.
going back and forth with
Don't worry, we
you.
both don't know this song. I understand. We both look at each other like, what the fuck is this?
And you've been doing music since you were in middle school. So tell me, what's your basic music origins and what's your start with
I
music?
think like every person who started with music, maybe there was some heartbreak at a young age. I thought maybe I loved somebody a little more than I, you know.
So
I-
Jasmine in 7th grade.
yeah, you know, some girl named Kiara. I was writing
Kiara.
poems to.
Yeah.
I thought I was spit it, you know. That didn't go too well. But
Wait, can you?
do I remember what I was spitting?
You know, like what would be some middle school
You know,
rhymes?
You know, I love you, baby. You be driving me crazy.
Yeah.
My these daisies.
Oh,
Don't work for those other guys. They got rabies.
That sounds like-
Yeah. I remember like writing poetry a lot, and then I just got really big on the internet. I started looking at like battlers and people who were like battling on forums through text. That's really weird. When you start thinking about-
Wait. Niggas was battling through
in
forums?
In the forums. They were
Yeah.
Like
battling
they just
people.
commented
They
like,
were-
yo,
Yeah.
this
they were like,
is
yo,
new.
your mom's a dum-a-dum. And I'm like, oh, I started looking into that. And I met this one guy who used to rap at the beginning of high school, and every girl and every guy loved him.
Right.
And I just really wanted his clout. So I just walked up to him one day, I challenged him.
Oh, wow.
And it was really whack.
Seems like a Disney
Yeah,
school
yeah,
trying to like
he had
movie.
this-
Like,
There was this wait. There's a whole lead up. So he had this
Okay,
girl.
okay.
I really liked this girl, and I
Uh-huh.
realized that she was dating this guy that everybody liked. That he rapped, and I had been wanting her for a while. And this is only 9th grade, so I thought that this was the love of my life. And I challenged him. We set it up for like a month and a half later. Everybody came at the bus
Wow.
loop. They created a rap name for me. I was Nightcrawler. And I was really black. Like,
Wow,
and I remember just studying every day. I thought I was like working on 8 Mile. I used to like jog and listen to my iPod. I thought I was really crafting some shit.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
Were you just gonna like fall? Did you have a plan to like roast yourself so that he couldn't roast you?
yeah.
I just thought that, man, I'm gonna really get this girl. So I told him like, I'm gonna take your girlfriend. And like he was like, yo, you can have her if you beat me, because there's no way you would beat me.
Damn.
Like that's really crazy, right? Because
Yeah.
that means he didn't care about her that much, right? Like he put her up for auction.
It's like, nigga, you could just have her. Like, yeah, whatever.
I won that battle,
You won.
and I dated that girl out right afterwards.
Holy shit.
It's no lie. Like I dated
Damn.
that
JC's looking at you in
Daisy, that was
disbelief.
Kimberly. I dated Kimberly for 4 years after that. I won her in a
Wow.
rap battle.
You wow! So this is like some old school.
Oh
like you go
my
to your, you go to the dude's father. Like, yo, I'll
explains
give
a
you
lot.
30 cows. I'll give you 30 cows for your daughter. It's like the new school way to do that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think that that's cool nowadays. You can't be,
You won
you can't be winning your girlfriend
for
like
4 years too.
Yeah, it was a real relationship, but it started with a rap
Wow.
battle. So that was my origins in rap.
Asshole.
Wow. Can we bring that back one day? We were just buying.
Just buy your girl.
Yeah, you just go to Father's like, yo, man, I would like to win your
man.
daughter.
I got a couple pigs and a
Yeah.
couple bars. Should have
Yeah.
told this story.
Yeah. Wow. I don't think I've ever.
Do you want me to make a note and post? Just be like, no, you should definitely like leave that out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm playing. It's cool. It's cool.
No, I think it's a funny story,
It's
man.
crazy.
That's
Looking
a-
back on it, we were all dumb. Like we were just dumb kids.
Yeah. Wow.
People definitely battle on the forums though, man. You gotta check that out.
No, but the moment you turn 18, everything follows you, man.
That's super true.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Hey, JC, we know you're trying to get that job in HR. We'll make sure to tag. What you call it? Hoochimanga? Whatever. We'll tag. Ukuwacha. We'll tag every business. It's like, hey, man, have you heard of JC?
Just in case.
Just in case.
Watch
All
back
for
like
the
this.
fighting for girlfriends over bars.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, I need to edit like your one middle school bar where you're like, all these other dudes got rabies.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be updated to like syphilis now
Oh,
that we're
yeah,
older.
definitely.
Yeah. Or
I just little kids
chlamydia, probably.
All of them are,
all
they're
those
all
little
curable,
kids have
though.
the clap.
What?
All those little kids have the clap now. It's a
Probably.
nasty
That
world.
you are a nasty child. What
Yeah.
did you
All those
do?
people were nasty back then.
Yeah.
They definitely have something now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just
Nasty.
I don't want to have any children thinking of it now.
You don't want?
Like
You
I
don't
want kids, but man,
Don't
I just
worry.
get
We
afraid.
don't want you to have kids either.
Yeah.
I just think about it
Would
like,
you
yo, like,
wait?
kids
Would
are
you
into everything
wait? Hold
now.
on. If somebody tries to win over your daughter in a rap battle,
That's not okay.
and he's like,
Nowadays,
he has to try to battle you.
Yeah, nowadays, he's got a face tattoo that says
Yeah.
"Kill me slow."
Yeah,
like, I
kill
don't-
me slow.
No, I don't. No, that's not okay anymore.
Yeah.
And then that's the guy who beats you.
No. Think about losing your daughter in a rap battle. Like, can I challenge Jay-Z? Like, that's crazy.
I don't know if a dude showed up to me, with a face tattoo saying like, "Hey, I want your daughter." I might be scared. I might be a little
We
intimidated.
have to beat
'cause,
you in like a metal solo or some
Yeah,
shit.
like we outrock you.
Yeah.
How's that
shred
go?
off.
Shred
Like a
off.
scream battle.
Oh God. You see, metal is such a hard genre to take seriously. As a metalhead, like saying this right now,
Yeah.
It's such a hard-
And they're gonna kill you in the comments.
I thought like metalheads. I thought you guys had like a little scream off if things ever
Yeah,
got
like
tight.
y'all, like how's that battle
No.
go in other genres of music?
I thought it was like a what you got. You hit him with that and see who got the best one.
no, it's literally a big circle jerk of like, guess who was all fucked up? We were. This is for all the kids letting out their angst.
Do you have to rhyme in those circle jerk battles? Of angers?
You just yell anything. About
You
it.
yell
Yelling.
My mother never gave me a hug. Shit, he won. God damn it.
I never was a lion leader.
I was a middle class white kid that did lots of drugs.
Damn it, that's more relatable. He's got
He's got
Catchy.
it.
We're sorry, John Closet listeners. We promise we'll have some podcasts like this podcast is getting very biased. I don't
Yeah,
like
man.
this is reverse racism right now. What if a white person said about rap music?
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. So anyway, so after Jacksonville, so you went to FGCU.
Yeah. I came
Right,
here.
right.
You know.
It's how much did you moving to Fort Myers from Jacksonville? Because I went to Jacksonville, very
Yeah.
black city,
Yeah.
very black city.
Nothing but
pretty nice.
black people. No,
Yeah.
Jacksonville has is a diverse community,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But I came here and it definitely wasn't a lot of me around, especially in Estero.
John, you don't understand. Like there was like 5 black dudes freshman year,
Yeah.
and the entire Soviet
And we were
dorm.
3 of them.
We were 3 of them. Yeah, this is literally like half the population of
Oh,
black
yeah.
people right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's
that
only
year.
2011.
Yeah.
Listen,
Bad different.
the way that I see it, like if you're in a freshman college dorm and you're the only like black guys at the dorm, and you're like all the white girls that are like, I've never like.
That should be our whole game, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole.
We should be
Should be.
Curious Busters.
Should be.
Like.
Yeah.
I've
Wasn't
never-
the case.
No.
No, it was like some stuff is missing. I know whose room we're gonna go check.
Yeah.
Already definitely at your door all the time. Like, hey, she's missing this.
Hey
That's
Tyrone, we're just looking around for something. By
Yeah.
chance, are we gonna find it?
It's JC, but all right.
We're gonna close our eyes and put our
Back
hands
then,
out.
back then too, like there was no rules against like flags in your windows. There was mad Confederate flags in the windows. That
Yeah,
was a little bit. That was an
Yeah.
interesting time.
Yeah, it was. So how much did that move like impact your music and when you were making music?
Oh well, back then I was trash.
You're trash,
And,
okay.
and I
Back in your RIP.
Yeah, I was
RIP.
RIP rap is power back then, and I thought that I was like about to be the black Eminem. I thought I was gonna hit you with some spiritual lyrical miracle.
Yeah.
And that wasn't going well for me at all when I
Right.
came here. But coming here was a big effect because I met so many artists on campus, and I was like recording them in my dorm. I learned a lot about different people, and I learned how much I had to really go, you know. But I had to deal with some life when I came here too, like after like and getting my degree, and that was important for me to really flesh myself out as an artist and come back out. Pause to flesh yourself out. That's really
Yeah. We don't pause here in John's closet. You know, I don't know if you know this.
This is a no pause zone?
No
Yeah,
pause.
no.
We just openly talk about gay stuff. No pauses.
Yeah, no.
No nothing. I don't think we ever pause on anything.
I don't. Oh,
we
that's
just
crazy.
freely.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
it's the
it's-
closet. For
it's the
sure.
closet, man.
But
Yeah,
you-
no.
but you-
Yeah, there's a comedian named Andrew Schultz. He's like,
God.
he's like instead of pausing, he was like no, it's like fast forward, because when you pause it, you really want to see like
wanna-
the gay
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
You see the fucking
But you wanna fast forward.
the act. You
You wanna
fast
add
forward.
it.
If you really want to do it, you want to fast forward.
I guess
to
you
it.
never pause the butt on butt
Yeah,
action.
yeah, that's worse. You want to fast forward.
Listen, dude, like you haven't lived a full life unless.
Tell him, please. I don't know where he's going.
Well,
I don't know where he's going.
Listen, you haven't lived your full life if you haven't learned what docking was. It's an experience that everyone should experience, like at least getting the visual metaphor.
Like docking your phone to like a charger.
sure.
Uh,
Right. Yeah.
Listen,
Wow.
Urban Dictionary is a vital resource.
Whoever you are, who's listening, please don't go look that up.
Please don't like.
You don't want that in your life. You don't need that experience.
So Chris, one of my most interesting memories that I have of you, like
Ooh,
you were
memories.
pretty active on campus, and I remember a time. I don't know if you remember this, John. It was when there was a controversy that happened on campus where somebody drew like a black dude getting like lynched at the campus or whatever,
For
and I think they
sure,
put
for sure.
and I remember like the next day, like I remember like I remember seeing Chris like going out and like leading the rally or whatever.
That was-
And just like
yeah.
speaking on it, like how much do you feel like you have added on pressure to be somewhat political, especially in this climate?
Oh, so like for me, I kind of grew up like with the poetry. I spoke a lot. I started to do a lot of performances, and that turned to motivational speaking really early. And I just came from a place. Jacksonville is filled with a lot of hate and a lot
Yeah.
of crime,
Right,
and there's a
yeah.
lot of problems.
Yeah.
And when I came here, I just wanted to like all that love that I never really saw there. I just really wanted to like encompass that. And,
Right.
so I just always put myself in a position to like kind of like challenge anything that seemed like hate or seemed like problems in any community that I've been in. And that situation was just really crazy. And a lot of people were affected, but I seen that there was they didn't have anybody to really like bring the energy that they needed to that cause, And
Yeah.
that wasn't. I think that was just like that's just me naturally. I like yelling, so I
Yeah,
definitely-
it was cool. It was intense. Like wow, like Chris is really going ham.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird
it was
because I
cool.
worked there full time.
Yeah.
And I thought that I was gonna lose my job
Oh.
for being a part of the rally and marching. Basically,
Yeah.
you're marching against the institution, right?
Yeah.
You're marching against the way that they handled the situation where there was a cover up and they didn't really
Right.
talk
Try to-
about it.
yeah.
And I work here, right? So like
Yeah.
I was fully expecting problems, but no, I that was back when we had Bradshaw, Black Power
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
presidency, and everything was really cool, but it was a weird time.
Yeah, how was your like what happened like the next few weeks after you kind of
Well,
went out?
we
and
kind of
did the
marched
march?
right into the
Yeah.
board of directors
Yeah.
meeting. So like there
Right.
was a lot of people who remembered certain staff's faces,
Yeah.
and they just kind of looked at you with like, even if they were with you, they weren't gonna stand with you because they weren't sure where
Yeah.
your job was gonna go. But I mean, I think that it was really good for the community for a moment. But like with anything, we have this big 11-day syndrome, I believe, like where like after 11 days we don't care about it anymore. So
Yeah.
everything went away pretty fast. Nobody cared at the top and nobody cared at the bottom.
Yeah.
It was a good moment though.
It was an interesting moment. I remember seeing. I'm like, wow, like I didn't think this would happen at FGCU.
Yeah,
like,
there was a lot of
given
people
it.
marching.
Yeah,
I
it
know
was dope.
that. Well, personally, like when I heard about all that,
Yeah.
I just remember it being like, man, this is kind of like for lack of a better word, it was just like like I always had the impression that like it was someone trying to get attention more than anything else.
Got you for sure.
Like it was someone that was like trying to be edgy or trying too
do
hard to
something
like
just to get a look, right?
like just to rile people up, you know.
And they got that reaction, honestly.
Yeah.
for sure.
And like, you know, it's kind of funny because it was one of those things that like didn't get resolved,
No, for
like
sure.
because like we don't know who did it. Do we?
No, never. There was nobody who was caught. There was
Yeah.
nothing that was really that you can do about it. And I think people kind of just they were angry at the fact that usually things are reported.
Yeah.
And then this was not reported on purpose because they thought that the black community would have an issue with it. And I think the black community had an issue with people feeling like they would have an issue, and then we went out and had an issue, and then nothing got solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
So-
I do agree like that. There was no means to a full end. I think people just wanted acknowledgement.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was the main problem. They tried to sweep it away, and then people.
And
I think
yeah.
somebody posted or like maybe posted a picture. I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure
It
how
went to
it
the
managed
news.
to get
It
out.
went to the
Went
news.
Yeah, it did get to the news, yeah.
it was
It wasn't
pretty
actually a good look for us either, though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
all you do to people who are uninformed come off as angry
Yeah.
and mad, and then it looks like you are just creating problems out of nothing. And,
Right.
You know, but I think that a picture of a lynching can affect a lot of people. a certain
Right.
way if it's on their campus.
Yeah.
You feel like the current music climate, especially with hip hop, is too oversaturated with. They're normally hip hop is normally like anti-Trump, like anti this current
Yes.
president. Like you feel like it's too overly saturated with people voicing their opinions without. They don't really go into depth. They kind of just do these little quirks
Yeah,
and buzzwords.
yeah.
It's like, all right, you're not really adding much to the conversation
Like the
besides
new
saying,
standard ad lib becomes instead of like skirt.
It's just like, fuck Donald Trump. It's like,
I think that it's always good for more and more people to be a part of the conversation. The problem
Yeah.
is that most people don't have much to add to that overall conversation in that pot, and so everything that they're doing is really for the retweet, for the slight attention that they might get for being a part of it.
Yeah.
Like you said, almost like doing something to be a little edgy, to
Yeah.
step their foot,
Yeah.
toe in the water, but they're not really taking a bath and they're not standing by, they're not
Right.
speaking for people, they're not dealing with the consequences of anything that's going on, and
They're just kind of poking the bear. They're just kind of starting the fire.
exactly the
You know?
same way I feel about mental health. I feel like mental health is a big deal, and we're starting to see more and more people
for sure.
dying and the effects of that.
Yeah.
And as an artist, it's so hard to manage your mental health. But I feel like a lot of people talk about it to graze at it because they feel like they'll get more people to listen to the song and they'll get more likes. But when it comes down to sitting down and discussing it, we don't have enough of those conversations still.
yeah.
Right. And well, even with, services that are like, part of having that conversation,
Yeah.
what was it? There's this huge controversy with it's a service called BetterHelp.
Okay.
Better help. I've never heard of that. What is that?
Basically, it's online counseling, right? And so what it is that instead of going to physically go see a therapist to like actually talk
Talk in
out your
front of them,
problems,
yeah.
you go online and maybe have like web chat interviews or not interviews, but like web chat conversations with therapists
Okay. Yeah.
that are all supposed to be like licensed professionals
Right.
and whatever.
Yeah.
But they had some weird stuff in their terms of service. I don't know the details about it. All I know is that there's something fuzzy there, and it's like legal speak that removes liability from the company BetterHelp, which probably does more to like, I'm only speculating here. Like, do not take what I say right now as fact. Please do not.
Right. For sure.
But I imagine it has something to do with maybe some privacy issues.
Right.
And
right.
that, like, whatever information you disclose to a therapist, like a real licensed trained
It's supposed
therapist,
to be just for them, right?
it is just for them unless they believe you are endangering yourself or others. In which case, you get Baker Acted.
But where do they keep the transcripts from these chats, right? Is that kind of like an issue to the private?
Yeah, and like, but again, that's speculation. I
Right.
don't know if that's like what was actually happening, or if it was more along the lines of like, maybe it's literally like credit card information that's like, we have the right to charge you this much for
Right.
this service, or
Right.
maybe it's something like that.
That's weird. That's a weird. I don't know if I could type my problems out.
I mean, some people feel more comfortable doing that because a lot of people, like, one of the most common things is that they suffer from anxiety,
Yeah.
but of fear, especially social anxiety. They're not comfortable just even sitting down in a room with a licensed professional just talking about the problems.
Right.
They rather do it in this third-party way
Yeah, where you
through
don't
a
even
text.
have-
You don't even
yeah.
have to, and people, man, how about this happening to me so many times where, like,
Dear
like,
Amy.
yeah, so just text me. Like, I've had, guys and girls, like, full on have a, like, personal text
Of
message
course.
out conversation when I see them in real life. It's just like they
Nothing.
can't,
Yeah.
they can't.
can't deal with it
do
like
the same
in person.
verbiage. Yeah. So
Everybody has different methods. Whatever's good for people
Right.
to
Yeah.
get their pain across for sure.
And well, I was just gonna kind of tack on. Then there's the simultaneous issue of like people that self-diagnose.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
which-
Yeah.
depressed. I'm, I deal with OCD. I feel like that comes from a world where people are so afraid to get labeled. They'd rather label themselves and then kind of like try to self-diagnose, self-medicate too.
right.
And then we don't, and then we are afraid, especially in my community, to go see therapists, go get help.
Jacksonville.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's now getting like especially illuminated in hip hop. Like we have a new genre of emo rap.
Yeah.
Right. Talking about how you're depressed.
Yeah, you're
and
suicidal. You don't want to live anymore. Yeah.
drugs and stuff like that. Which I mean, I'm kind of conflicted because like I'm glad that they are talking about it.
Of
'cause
course.
it's- right? But I don't. I'm trying to figure out like the way that they're portraying it and kind of in a glorifying type of
Right.
way where
Right.
you have an issue. So it's kind of a weird, delicate balance towards it.
Go ahead.
Like I think I definitely think it's a trend. It's a new wave because as Chris was saying, like those kind of issues are very not really spoken of in the Black community.
Yeah, not
so
at all,
it's
right?
very
Yeah.
it's different to hear in music now where kids are saying I'm depressed, I'm having these problems, I'm having these anxieties.
Right.
And I guess kind of piggyback off what you're saying, it's somewhat glorifying it, but I think it's a way of saying you're not the only one who's going
Yeah,
through this.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's
Yeah, I
other people
appreciate
too.
that.
And to some extent, I feel like the songs are going on further on, saying like, if you're going through this, I went through this too.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is like how I'm managing and handling it. What's that one song that I swear I like it, but I can't remember. It was Triple X song, the one about the shadows.
Oh, that's Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD, that song.
Useful. Yeah, I like that.
I
see your shadows in my room.
Can't take back the love that I gave you.
I don't know this
to the
one,
point
guys.
where I love it and I hate you.
This is the point
and
that
I
is the
can't
most important.
replace you, so I must replace. Oh yeah.
You're right.
Easy, get set
That's enough.
and
You got
done,
that. We got the gist of it.
Yeah.
But that's like
It's
the whole,
this year's XL tour life.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's something like that's like that has not really been a thing that was ever big enough where it could be commercialized and a radio hit
Yeah.
for the community.
Yeah.
So it's definitely for the Black community. So it's good to see this new wave because now it makes it okay for you to say I'm Black and I have depression.
Yeah.
I'm Black and
Before
I have
it
these
was
issues.
before it was taboo, and now we're mad that it's trendy. And I know that people would like
Yeah.
a balance, but I'd rather it be trendy than to be taboo again.
That's
where people
true.
are dealing
Right.
with it
That's
in
true.
Private.
I think it's a fair point. Yeah.
You know, but I think that the Mac Miller dying was like a big deal for so many
Yeah.
people.
How
you know?
did you, were you a big Mac Miller fan? Or would you listen
I
to him,
personally
right?
wasn't a big Mac
Right.
Miller fan, and I honestly did what everybody does. I didn't get too into his music
Yeah.
until he had passed already.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, there's some really great stuff here. But it's just crazy to see somebody that's young like that.
Yeah.
That was a part of this generation of this backpack era of music, just gone.
Backpack Kids.
Yeah, like he's gone, like
Yeah,
literally.
yeah. I was into Mac Miller actually. Like I listened to a couple of his albums too, and
Big fan of you. Just knew he was
I
talented.
was definitely a fan. Like,
Did you
it's
like that
good.
song Donald Trump?
Yeah, it's very ironic now, but no, because he's a part of like when he was with Odd Future
Yeah.
and Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q. Like he was
Yeah,
part of that
everybody
whole
respected
West Coast. Everybody respected him. Everybody loved him, and more so than like any other white rapper. I feel like
He
he was
got
the most
generally respected,
Generally
yes.
respected. Amongst everybody, so like I guess that was the most shocking. Like nobody had any bad things to say about him or negative things. He's just such a very cool, open individual. So
And then in sharp contrast, there was like Eminem. As soon as he blew up, everyone was
Yeah.
like, he was very polarizing.
yeah, polarizing and stuff. So
Think about that though. Like that just reminded me. Like Russ was talking about this. I know Russ is controversial.
Yeah.
Just about this idea of like, just because somebody has money doesn't mean they're prepared for what it takes, like to deal with being an artist. Like as an
Yeah.
artist, we all want to be on this big platform. Millions of people were when he dropped his album were saying, did somebody hear something? Like blocking his album out.
Yeah.
And because
His album Swimming? Yeah,
Swimming,
yeah.
because Astroworld came out.
Yeah.
He had all of this hate. He had all of this like jokes and like a person is. I don't think anybody's really built
Yeah.
for some of the scrutiny that comes. And like, this online world is way different than it used to be back in the day.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, you get Instagram. People are gonna shit talk you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
Yeah.
any medium they can, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And people will tell you, well, you have money, so you should be able to deal with it. I don't think people are built for this.
yeah,
Well, then there's also like the whole like anything that leaks, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because if you think about like, you know, fucking the fappening. You guys remember that?
The fappening.
It's an interesting term.
Well, 'cause
turn?
that's,
Yeah.
that's what they called it. It was.
No, I'm saying an interesting turn. I didn't think you.
I thought you said term.
Yeah, no. I didn't know you bring up the fappening. I'm very well aware of the fappening.
Jay-Z, don't look at me. I'm not familiar with the fappening.
No, this was like there was
me and
there was
John
a
are just
whole.
scummy.
You guys have some weird.
No,
lore.
this was some huge news.
It wasn't,
like,
no, seriously, it was huge news because like a lot of basically a lot of celebrity like news leaks, like
Oh.
yeah, like
do remember
top
this.
level
Yeah.
celebrities.
Oh,
what's
yeah, I
the
remember
one
that.
girl from Hunger Games?
Oh god.
Amelia Clark.
No.
Oh,
The main girl. I forgot her name.
Oh, the
No,
one who plays Cersei, or the one who plays.
No, look,
the
the main.
No.
Hunger
There was
Games.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, like her
Oh.
news got leaked, like a whole bunch of like women, and I think a few men too got their news leaked, and then it was just like a whole like just iPhone
That's crazy.
iCloud
Yeah.
hack.
It's called what again?
The fappening.
Yeah, just look at
Look
Think
this
about how
up.
disinterested we are in news nowadays. Like it's like it happens so much to people. Like
Yeah.
like I remember like Megan Good's news dropping like online for the whole world, bro. Like
It was a good day on Twitter.
It was a good day. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but well, I think it started with the whole like what was it, the Kim K sex tape.
Yeah.
You know, I think that kind of like
I would say
well, Paris Hilton too.
yeah,
Paris
I'm
Hilton.
trying to think. Would Paris Hilton or Kim K? I would say Kim K because Paris Hilton was already famous. She was already rich.
For sure.
And Kim K, she was somewhat rich, but she wasn't really that
Famous.
Kim K literally took that fame and
Just
kind
like
of
ran with it.
she made the whole blueprint for all these online celebrities
Oh.
in order to get famous from saying controversial things, to saying to
Yeah,
having
to where
like,
you have like the Paul brothers or
Yeah.
what was it? I guess KSI in that same like respect.
Right.
yeah.
And I'm trying to think like what else. Like well, of course all the other Kardashians and then fucking
And the social media celebrities.
Social media,
and then Kanye to another extent. You know.
Yeah, we're learning all about like this wave of like just trolling your way through it.
Yeah. Speaking of Kanye, I actually had a question on Kanye because
Okay, for sure.
But I wanna before I get to Kanye, I wanna get to I was reading your NPR article earlier, and you were
man,
saying
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
you were saying that your alter ego persona that you channel is Chris Daniels. You said in it. So what? Okay, how do you not let your alter ego, your persona that you rep to, Chris Daniels, overtake and become who you are? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, for sure. That's been
yeah.
a question for sure. It's something I've been dealing with. It's the duality of life for me right now, and I
Yeah.
honestly think it's impossible if you're doing things the right way. And I'm gonna tell you why. Like to create Chris Daniels and to work in that mode means that you have to give 100% to it because you believe 100% that this person is gonna make
who you
it,
are,
right?
right.
This is what
Yeah.
you want to represent. This is what you want to give to the world. So there's not many times that I'm able to take that hat off and just be who I am. And there's fewer people in life that most people in life know me as Chris. Now I am associated with Chris, and if you say Daniel to anybody, they do not know who that is.
Right.
And so it affects the way you enter relationships. It affects the way you meet new friends. What do
Yeah.
people want from you? How do people see you? What's their perspective of you? And you feel like everything you built into that image, people think that, like, they hold you to that almost like you're not human.
Yeah.
And then they hold you to this, moral standard as if you can't do
Yeah.
anything outside of whatever you represented before.
Yeah.
And I think that becomes hard because you wanna win. And the more things you're doing to win, the more times you find yourself wearing that hat, and the less times you find yourself taking it off. So I don't feel like I ever take it off until I go to sleep. Most days, most days.
So you really just can't like separate the two.
No,
No,
I don't. No, because anytime that I'm just Daniel is my most vulnerable moment, and there's not that many people who could put me there in the first place. And so most things I'm doing in my life, I'm in a music way, in a content way, in a motivational speaking way. It's all through Chris. It's all through this.
So it's kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde
Yeah.
type of thing. Like Dr. Jekyll's like the real person, but Mr.
Yeah.
Hyde kind of like takes over and is just like this monstrosity. He's strong and he's just
Most def- I think-
forward and
Chris Daniels
like,
is everything.
aggressive.
Chris Daniels, and it's me.
Yeah,
It's me.
yeah,
it's
it's
just
part
me
of
in a
you.
very vibrant way.
Yeah.
It's me responding to the life that I feel like I wasn't able to live. It's me giving the love to people that I feel like I didn't have and receive kind of like growing up. Like it's everything that I want for somebody else to see. It's the person I want somebody else to see that said, he motivated me to do this because I seen him work hard. I seen him speak about things like, and that's what makes it hard because you want to keep that level and that image constantly.
Right.
I guess the best way to do it is, at least from what I've seen, is to keep the people who known you before you were really Christian, before you like would blow up or whatever, just to keep those people around you.
For sure.
Just so you can at least have some semblance of yourself and not get lost in the
gets
rapper
hard too,
persona
though.
and the rocker. Yeah.
Because the harder you work and the harder
Yeah.
you're working for something, the less people understand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now you look unhealthy. Now you seem to come off like you are better than them. And you're not trying to. All you're trying to do is excel, and it's harder to do things. You don't have the time for certain things anymore because you're
Right.
so focused. And there's a hard balance in there of really figuring that community out. So less and less people are willing to stick around for that. And because they came from the same place you came from, when you start to get recognition, some people feel a way about that and they distance themselves from you as well. And so you start to see this little pile of people who knew you as Daniel really to like shrinking.
Yeah.
And like now you don't know, and now it's harder and harder to find people to call when you just don't want to be Chris anymore.
Yeah.
That's just a difficult part of the artistry, and you just don't want to get lost in whatever, in the hype. You want real things around you, so
Right.
difficult.
So you feel like Kanye West has kind of lost himself to his
For
persona?
sure.
Combined with his clear mental health
For
issues?
sure.
Like, because, Kanye West is like, I think Charlamagne the God probably explained it the best. Like, whenever everybody's going left, Kanye West is going to go right. Everybody's going right, Kanye West is going to go left. Like, he's going to complete, opposite direction of what.
To be that amazing
Yeah.
and to feel like, and to everybody around you to call you a genius.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me now to deal with losing people and what people might think of me, and if people have beefs with me, those things are difficult for me.
Yeah.
To do that on a grand scale, you're putting on, you're doing songs with Jay-Z, constantly you're breaking charts. Everybody who gets online is saying like you inspired them to be anything.
Yeah.
I think that pressure and that scrutiny can really get to a person, and if you don't have the correct mental health, you can lose your mom, you lose things that are your roots.
He says in every interview that like he's not on his meds, he's
Yeah.
bipolar, and XYZ.
But I think that he's also mastered the art of trolling.
Yeah.
But I think that the people around him are yes men, and that's the problem. You need people to keep you grounded. You need people to be real with you, and to protect you from yourself, because sometimes we all become a little grandiose.
Yeah.
So I think that you need a good team.
Something more like it seems like it's hard to be humble when you're sitting on a jumbotron.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love that line. It's hard to be humble. It's hard
Kanye's
to be.
always been grandiose because when he did AOS and Heartbreaks, he said his greatest regret was not seeing himself perform live. Like I already knew how he felt about himself, but I just think it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And the less people you have to root you, the further you go.
Yeah. Your phone. Goddamn. Come on, man. No, is it Barton?
It's JC.
Oh, JC.
Wow, I didn't even know I had my phone on me.
Oh.
Thanks, JC. Just
Can't
ruining
find
the
it.
closet.
Yeah, it's just breaking. Yeah. Come on, man.
I can't find it, so
It's just gonna go off. It's okay.
Or maybe you soil it, JC.
Alright.
I'm gonna get a sample of SpongeBob going, soiled it,
Soiled it.
and I'm gonna put it over this exact clip right here.
Moving on.
Anyway,
Thanks, JC.
so your line, you dropped out of college and graduated to follow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. For myself later. Edit note. Soiled it.
Soiled it.
There you
Yes.
go. Okay,
yes.
now we continue.
So your line, you dropped out of college and graduated to follower, and then your rivals.
Yeah.
Was that about Kanye?
Definitely about Kanye.
Yeah.
I grew up on Kanye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You dropped out of college and graduated a follower. Who knew my idols would turn to rivals I could not endorse? Like,
Yeah.
that was just like, it was just crazy seeing everything that he's talking about. I grew up truly believing like that. Everything he was doing and listening to College Dropout, Late Registration, like, man, he's changing the game.
Yeah.
He's being himself. He's so authentic. Now I can't retweet what he's saying. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying, John? Like, okay, because when Kanye West went into the scene, like, there's a lot of beforehand, like, a lot of people who are into the, like the drug dealers and gangsters type of lifestyle. But there was a whole populations of black people who didn't really fit into that weird.
It was the bling
box.
era.
Yeah,
He
the
came
bling era.
through
Yeah.
wearing polos,
Yeah,
being
Bellows,
a
yeah.
real person, have soul samples,
Yeah.
church gospel. Like he was.
Talking about like the real issues that is going on in life, and like of course saying Bush doesn't care about black people. I think that was like the pivotal moment where like everybody was like, yeah,
He was talking
That's
that
it.
and walking at the same
What
time.
album did he say that around? That was like what 2005. So what was
Yeah.
coming out there like?
Like,
Late
oh,
Registration?
Late registration, right?
Late Registration.
Yeah.
Bro, like
His
music
first
was
3 albums
phenomenal.
Yeah,
from beginning to end, you can
yeah.
listen to every single song from his first 3 albums.
Yeah,
and not one
him
skip.
and for me, Lupe Fiasco. I think
What happened
I
to Lupe? Why he don't get no respect no more?
don't
He
know.
lost his
Drago's
mind.
Waves.
He lost his
came
mind?
out.
He lost his mind.
I think it's too much of a up and down because like Lasers came out and then
Did you like Lasers?
it was
It was
okay.
really
What
mainstream.
was the thing he had
Yes.
after Lasers that was
Nobody knows.
It's like Food and Liquor 2.
Yeah. Oh, that was 2? I
yeah.
thought number 1 came out. But
Okay,
No,
the
no.
first one
Was
amazing,
amazing.
right? Then
Yeah.
the Cool, then
Yeah.
Lasers was like, then
Yeah.
the Food and Liquor 2, and then
at the same point as you. I don't know what they're talking about.
yeah, a couple other albums too.
I'm probably gonna text Sydney later and like.
It's like, who is Lupe Fiasco?
Lupe was amazing, and he was
Yeah.
looked at as like one of these like amazing lyricists. I just think that he did kind of have roller coaster albums.
Yeah,
and
two up
he
and
fell
down.
into mediocrity kind of, and now he's
Yeah.
challenging people weirdly. Like, yeah, sorry, Lupe, I love you though.
Yeah.
Put me on a record.
What's going on that beef hype train? Like, just like, like, hey, I need some more followers.
I need some more promo, bro. People will do anything
For the clout.
for the
So,
clout.
but wouldn't you say that's what Kanye West is doing? Like that's like what you're saying is like if everyone's going left, he's going right. But Kanye
Yeah.
West has always been like that.
Yeah.
Like him jumping up on stage
Yeah.
to say that about what's her girl?
Taylor.
Does
Yeah,
it?
Taylor Swift.
Is it genuine to who he is? It is. It seems like it's pretty consistent with who he is.
Like he likes attention.
right? Right.
Yeah.
It's combined with attention, his mental health, and him, Kanye,
I'm
just
just
going
thinking
left.
that song. Like,
opposed to
you
right.
just want attention.
Do you forgive him? Can you forgive him now? Because he is impressing upon his mind state. I see people tweeting like, "Yo, Kanye's right, man." And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's scary, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't think that Kanye has the facts. He always says, "I don't have the facts," but he makes very bold statements. We live in this world where it's
Yeah,
like statements over
yeah.
facts. It's crazy.
I didn't. Okay, I solely liked Kanye West for his music. I wasn't really attached to him that much as a person.
Oh, you weren't like in love with like everything he was saying outside off the record.
Yeah. Like
I can understand that.
I listened to Gold Digger, I listened to Touch the Sky, I listened to all the, Slow Jams and shit. So like, I wasn't like into him who he is as a person. So,
That's so hard for me, man.
yeah.
When I get into an artist, I really like. I
Yeah,
feel like
fully,
I fully
yeah.
get into them, and I want to know their story, and
Yeah.
maybe I think. But now that you have to kind of learn that the music is a little bit different than who they are. I mean, even R. Kelly.
I think the
Well,
music
they
might.
don't write their own music. Because then, like at that point, then like
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
'cause-
That's different.
Yeah.
But rap is not that. It's not that typical where you
Oh,
see
no.
somebody who's rapping. They're not writing their own music.
I mean, they say a lot of my favorite rappers. At one
Like
point
who?
where- They
Like
said
that-
they said that Kanye West is first.
Yeah, we
albums.
know Kanye West got writers, but that's also atypical for the like
50 Cent used to write for a lot of people.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but people like 50 Cent. They didn't like who he was writing for.
Could be. Just asking questions.
Honestly, I
I
believe.
mean, my favorite artists, I've never like felt like they had writers. So like,
Yeah. Honestly, I believe like most of Kanye West's music from College Dropout and Late Registration, it was true to him at that moment,
but it's not. Yeah, it's not him no more.
but it's not him no more. Like a lot of shit has changed. His mom died.
Yeah.
He's rich.
He's rich. He's one of the probably like every one of his tweets is like a news story. And every
Yeah.
one of his moments,
He's
like
one of the most
per-
influential people
influential,
on the
like
planet right now.
national,
Yeah.
even probably even worldly like, news.
it's that Trump association. Your
Yeah.
tweets make national news every time you tweet. Like,
yeah,
That's crazy.
that's crazy. As a
They don't get
celebrity
that
who's not a
strong.
politician.
Yeah.
Just
Where you
the-
been?
oh,
Not. I mean, like not
Yeah.
in any of those spaces, but like his stances are always very political.
I heard a kind of
Driven.
interesting like stance on that. It was sort of this like, so Taylor Swift like made a post on like Instagram or something.
Yeah. Right. I saw that. I saw that post.
and then was talking about like, yeah, these last 2 years, like whatever. I want you
Yeah.
guys to vote.
Right.
I'm voting in Tennessee.
Right.
Register to vote, and there were 64,000 people
Yeah.
that registered to vote.
Yeah.
Immediately after that, like.
Wow.
Yeah,
in
I was
a
reading
single
that.
day.
You know what the average was beforehand? It was like 1,000 a day.
Yeah, no, like they had like
A huge spike.
for in terms of voter
They said that
registration.
It's crazy when they think that Taylor Swift is more for progressing society than a Kanye West in 2018. Like you would never think.
So, but now people are like, Taylor Swift and Kanye are fighting a proxy political war.
Yeah.
Like
Taylor Swift, Kanye West beef
Social media
again.
Cold War.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. So,
Um,
off on the Kanye. So,
Kanye's
so
important.
you've been really rallying for the local hip hop scene in Southwest Florida. So,
I
like,
love this place, man.
you really feel like it's gonna be the next like hot spot, the next breeding ground for?
I think Florida is just doing a very good
Yeah, it's doing
job
great.
at bubbling up. I think there's a lot of great talent here, and I'm not sure if I can call that, but I just think that some people are in position to put a brighter light. You know, Dominic Fike got the deal, and his project is coming out very soon, and everything he does brings back money and affects people in this area. And I think there's a real talent, not just in the hip hop community, but just in the music community in general here.
Yeah, I mean, even just specifically in the hip hop community, some of the top artists. I mean, right now, besides XXXTentacion, who just passed away. You got the Little Pumps, you got the Kodak Blacks, you got the Denzel Currys, and like I think the thing that really distincts Florida in general is that all the artists, all those top artists that I just mentioned, right? They all have their own different type of style of music.
It's so authentic to them.
So authentic to them, and it's so uniquely kind of weird. Like Kodak Black does not sound like Little
else.
Pump. Little Pump does not sound like anything like XXXTentacion. You know, versus Denzel Curry.
They all have
and
their
Ski
own wave and
Mask
their own thing they're doing, even
Yeah.
through with the underground. And I think that it's just super important for us to follow the Atlanta model and make sure that the people who make it out keep putting back and pouring into this area. That's the only way that you
Atlanta has an amazing model. Like everybody collaborates with everybody. Everybody's really cool with everybody. Like
and
all
people are in the
have
studios
top
together
artists.
all the time. And I just try to I try to emulate that in everything I do. Just make sure that I'm working with people in a way that's gonna I'm surrounded by people in love, and that we're always throwing that into each other. I think that's important. I just touched your hand. That was a very paused moment for me, so I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't even notice it. Remember, there's no pauses here. Fast forward. Fast forward, my dog. No.
It's well, I mean, we're in the closet.
We're in the closet. Yeah,
Sydney's
it's
from the
safe,
Keys.
safe space, man.
Very sensual space.
Yeah.
You know,
With Black Twitter right now, it's like your toxic masculinity is showing right now. Be comfortable with your sexuality, black man.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
What's
From
up?
Key West, have you ever gone to Fantasy Fest?
Bro, I've been going to Fantasy Fest since I was like a little kid.
That's wild.
What's Fantasy Fest?
That's wild.
No. Please don't tell me. Actually,
It's like Freaknik.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh no, I would say it's more like Mardi Gras, but like more.
Dirtier?
Yeah, more
Seems
naked
dirty.
people and dance around. People, okay, because Key West is like it's like a open like party
it's a nudist
turn up.
haven.
Yeah,
It's a nudist haven?
Yeah, it's
You
a
been
lot
to
of-
Fantasy Fest, John?
No, my uncle has. Oh, you're talking.
If Fantasy Fest is
I haven't
happening
been
this
to
month.
Fantasy Fest, but I have been to the Keys a couple
Yeah.
of times, like Key West specifically.
Yeah.
Is it dirty?
It's not dirty. It's just
Nah.
like,
How you said it. Is
like,
it dirty?
listen. The fact of the matter is, you can go to a drag show at 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon and like
What?
Yeah.
You was rolling.
I thought you were gonna say at night how he said it. So you can go
Nah.
at 3 or 4. You know.
in the afternoon and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
literally
yeah.
because no, we were literally like walking around and there was someone that like, you know, there was this person who I assume was in drag because they were 6'2" and their Adam's apple was showing.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
healthy assumption.
Yeah, like John, I remember John and his sister, like they were telling me that like kind of they understood me a little bit better
After
as
they
a
went to
person
Key West?
after they went to Key West.
Oh.
Like just being in the type of environment, that was just normal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
and
doing a lot
like-
more things, probably.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like I also wasn't like walking by. It was actually kind of almost welcoming because you know.
That's the cool thing about it. It's
they
like
were
it's like
just
normal
like
shit.
they were just like, come on in, guys. Like,
Yeah.
just
Join the party.
just come in the party.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you
Yeah,
go
like-
in and party?
nah, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's
we
pretty-
had to catch the ferry back.
Oh,
and
for
so,
sure.
Yeah, it's it's a
Is it
bunch
an inviting
of
place?
Yeah, it's very inviting. It's very
yeah.
it's very welcoming. Like
The only time it's not welcoming is if you're from North Carolina.
why North Carolina?
Isn't North Carolina like notorious for being like uber anti LGBT or
Is
something?
it?
I thought that was South Carolina.
Is it South Carolina? I can't remember.
I think North Carolina's really liberal.
I thought it was anything south
it
of
might
the
be the
Dixie
South.
line.
Okay.
I thought it was the whole
Anything
south.
south
Might be the South.
Anything south is
Texas,
probably the opposite.
Alabama,
Yeah.
South.
No, like in what was it? In Big Mouth. What was? Yeah,
Bro,
Big
I'm ready
Mouth.
for season 2. I gotta see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't
The
seen
cartoon show, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had that like that the third episode is like it's just called I'm Gay. and like they had
Oh yeah.
and they had
was
like this
about.
bit where they got like a Freddie Mercury impersonator to come
Yeah.
back from the dead.
Yeah.
Like they had the ghost of Freddie Mercury
Yeah.
singing
Yeah.
about being gay.
Yeah.
And like one of the lyrics is like, "You've got style and flair. You're loved everywhere except for North Carolina."
It might be North Carolina. I don't know. I have no idea.
It's just the Carolinas are weird.
Yeah, the Carolinas
Yeah.
are a weird place.
By the way, I apologize to my cousin Michael because he's from South Carolina.
Okay.
So I'm like,
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah. we get, all you Carolinas are all the same.
Man, you got to roll. with it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Southwest Florida community? Like, as far as what you've seen, the growth, is it different now than it used to be,
I mean,
Okay.
I'll let you
Yeah,
say.
that's-
I'll let you talk because
yeah.
John's actually from this area. He was born and raised there.
I went to St. Carlos Park Elementary School.
Wow.
Like I've been here for a while.
Yeah. You've really lived here.
So the thing is, like, here's what I've noticed. Like, Fort Myers 20 years ago is kind of like what Port Charlotte is now.
Wow.
Dead?
Well, Port Charlotte's not like completely dead, but it's just like it just doesn't have any hot spots.
Right.
Like, and the thing is, over the course of like these 20 years, at least since FGCU's been around,
Right.
you've been seeing more and more college students, more and
course.
more like, sort of like Millennial Brewing Company by itself, like being on the outskirts of like just downtown Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Being something as refreshing as it is.
That wasn't, nothing was like that around.
Yeah, no, like, because like, it was just a
Older
pretty
people.
standard like average suburban place,
Yeah.
and like, but we were still in that come up. The Gulf Coast Town Center. I remember when that wasn't even a thing. Like that wasn't there. That wasn't always there.
Jesus.
Man, I don't have no context for this.
Yeah. That's
You know?
high levels of boring. Because
Yeah.
you definitely need a car to go around. But not only you need a car, they ain't shit to even drive to.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So and
I
then
remember when McDonald's was closed at like 9 o'clock.
Oh, I was so pissed. I was like, what kind of shit
did
is
you go to
this?
the one at Miramar?
Yeah.
No,
Ah.
that one closed a little bit, like maybe 20 minutes later. But the one in Gulf Coast Town
Gulf Coast
Center
Center closed at
closed
9. I was like, what the
What?
kind of shit is this?
This place is weird because it's like wasn't open after a certain
Bro,
time.
I had such a reverse culture shock.
Oh, because Key West.
Because Key West was just so like open and shit, stayed open until like 4 a.m. and
Yeah.
shit. We had a 24/7 Publix and shit. Like
What?
Or
That's
not
crazy.
Publix, I'm sorry, Albertsons or no.
It might have been
so we had,
Albertsons. They
we
still
had
had Albertsons.
Something was
So-
24/7 where you could
yeah,
buy
it's a
bread.
grocery store. Some kind of grocery store is just 24/7 and just like everything was just open super late and
So-
shit. So when I came to Fort
Yeah.
Myers, it's like a lot of white people, shit closed early,
yeah.
crazy.
ain't
Well,
shit. You can't walk around. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, one thing that kind of helped was that like Cape Coral was really on that sort of like come up because you had a lot of cheap property.
It seems like it's been slowly like trajectory
yeah,
upward.
nice guy's
Cape Coral.
pizza. I love me some nice guy's
Well,
pizza.
Cape
I
Coral
love
is like
that
the most populated city in Lee County right now.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's got like 1 million residents or something like that, or something
it?
ridiculous like
Yeah.
that.
I
Like,
know.
There's got a lot of people out there.
yeah. The thing is like well, Cape Coral is also like all residential homes. There's like hardly a downtown area, you
Right.
know?
They're trying to build the art plaza now, right? They're trying to build that out or like they're
or something like.
projecting that. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't go over there too often because I'm like, $2? I don't want to go there.
Which is
But-
expensive.
No, but like, that aside, like, you had this big boom, and then all of a sudden in like 2008, when housing was like
Oh, okay, so everybody. Okay, but after the housing like boom
yeah,
or whatever,
and
people
now,
started
and now
to
it's
buy up.
recovering,
Okay,
and people
recovery.
are buying up again, and so
Okay.
like the fucking Kia guy lives in Cape Coral.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't know that.
And I heard something off, like some off facts about him from like some neighbors back in like when I was
Yeah.
living in a different neighborhood, and like they were just like, yeah, the dude's worth like $20 million. He made like $20 million in New York, and now he's like coming down to Fort Myers to build on that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Fucking
that. I heard like
hell.
he has like the second biggest dealership like in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And when I heard that, I was like, that's fucking. And he's living in fucking Cape
Yeah.
Coral.
You see that Fort Myers is one of the fastest growing cities too. Like,
Yeah.
this area just booming.
But then you also have like, I think one thing that kind of helps is the fact that you have FGCU, but then you also have like the corporate headquarters that are all around,
Right.
where people can immediately apply to jobs and like still stay
Like
in the
Gardner.
area.
Gardner's here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have Gardner here, Hertz down by Coconut.
Hertz is here.
You have the Chico's headquarters on Metro.
Right. I didn't know that.
And then Dunk City was a big deal too.
Yeah.
That was
Super
a
big
big
deal.
boom.
Oh yeah,
man.
that was a
boom.
big boom.
People do not
And
remember that. But
yeah. And wait, were you in school?
I was in my senior year of high school when that was happening.
Bro,
Okay.
we were. I remember
We were
being
right
there.
there.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
there.
Sophomore year. We were like
Sophomore year, yeah,
sophomores.
it was sophomore year. Yeah,
They don't care about the basketball team anymore, but they did.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It's
because
cool. Yeah.
wasn't the coach bought out by some other school?
Yeah.
He played
Yeah.
a league before.
Yeah, he got out of here. He made sure he used that fame to
He
get
said,
out.
Oh, yeah.
you put this on my resume.
We
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
even. Let's be honest. We weren't even dunking that much. Like we were
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the dunk
true.
city. I didn't see
We
many
are-
dunks all season.
Yeah, they were just like basketball dunks. Dunk City.
Yeah.
Like that was definitely like someone rolled a joint in the conference room was just like, man.
Got it.
Yo,
Got it.
crazy story, man.
I was about to say,
yeah.
Sydney. You remember that Dunk City? The whole little wave. There was a song.
It was a whole song.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
Yeah.
that song. Wait, who made that song?
So
Some
there-
lame person, but you
No,
know,
Yeah.
but you know who was supposed to have the hit? Who was supposed to have that single?
Oh,
but he was
basically-
he was 7 hours too late.
So basically,
Wait, what?
So basically, you know Malik from Curate.
Yeah.
He
I
made
love
that
DJ
song.
Malik.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love him.
he made
He
Oh,
it.
made
Malik
it.
made it?
Malik.
Oh,
Dunk
someone
City.
else. My
Dunk-
bad.
Dunk City, bitch.
Man, he
Dunk
made that
City.
wrong person.
Dunk
I had
City,
already
bitch.
recorded it with this kid named Aaron, and I said we gotta put it out tonight. We made the video and everything. He said, "I'm tired, man. Whatever. I'll put it out tomorrow." I swear, 2 hours later, I look online. Malik's dunking basketballs. Put the song out with that girl, and it's blowing. It's going viral. Like it's going nuts. And then I'm like, "Yo, we're supposed to put it out." He was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry."
Wow.
By the time I put it out, it was way too late. Our video was way worse anyway. But he was on. I watched him on ESPN, CBS. I watched
God
him. He did the
damn.
video and everything, and I kept thinking the whole time, like, dang, I missed my moment. And it was a great song he did, and it was cool, but it was like just that timing, man. Timing
Wow.
is really everything. in
Have
life.
you told this on any other interview type of thing?
No, I don't think I've ever
John
told
Scott
this. No, but I think that it was really dope to see just what timing meant, and my video ended up getting 60,000 views, but his
That's still
video,
pretty good.
his video was the video.
Yeah, it was like 1 million.
Oh,
He had the team
Something.
walking behind him on campus and everything.
God damn.
It was a moment.
Who was the dude? What was his name?
Malik.
It was Malik.
Oh, wait, it was
From
Malik who wrote the
Curate.
song?
Yeah.
Malik from Curate.
Side
Made the
note.
I
Dunk
know-
City song.
I had
Malik
no
from
idea
Curate. My
Malik-
bad, bro. I didn't know it was you. I thought it was someone else.
I,
You're cool,
okay.
man.
Okay.
He was a rapper. He was Black Magic. He came out and dropped bars for Dunk City.
Wow, I had no idea Malik was the one. I was just hanging out with Malik for his Soul Sunday.
Yeah.
This past weekend at Nice Games
Yeah, how
Pizza.
was it?
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, it was chill. Like it was nice to have his Soul Sunday back
Back
on.
again?
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, we need
I love-
Curate to keep going back to
Yo,
going harder.
Malik, man, I'm gonna do a special episode for John's Closet, man. Because he
Yeah.
asked me, he's like, when am I gonna come on? I'm like, yo, I wanna do something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
something crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I don't think it was, I think
I think the video ended a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, did it? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it did. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, did it?
Well, what timestamp we got?
What timestamp do we have? That's
Yeah.
a really great question.
Timestamp King.
We're at 70-something minutes.
Oh wow.
We're going.
Oh wow, yeah, we're
been
going.
going.
All
So-
right, we do some
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Above and
some wrap it up.
Most def.
I want to ask a few fun
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, go ahead.
You know, I got to get my list though. But in the meantime, do you want to get the?
Yeah. So you recently released a EP. You released 2 other EPs. earlier this year.
It's been a busy year.
Yeah, I've been very busy. So you released Doves Cry 2.
Yes, sir.
With yeah, Eddie Rock back.
Yeah.
Like, what's your relationship with Eddie Rock?
Man, without Eddie, there would be no Chris Daniels, man. I met him during a tough time, and I
Really?
just seen him working very, very hard,
Mm.
and he just reinvigorated my spirit for music. And to be honest, he's the only person that I know that if I ever stop working, I will call him at any time of the day, and he is learning and doing more than me, and he just keeps me hungry. So he's like the Magic Johnson to my Larry Bird, and he's just he's dope. He's super dope, and
JC did not like that comparison.
Super-
What's wrong with that comparison, JC?
Super talented.
You don't like it? JC just had to smug I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing though, and it's been a big help. And I try to make sure he's a part of everything that all the projects that I do, just so people notice how great his talent is as well.
Yeah. So what's the significance with Doves with you? Because you have Doves for the last 2 of your albums.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So-
you put it on your
The cover
your
and stuff.
posts.
Yeah,
and
I
Instagram,
use
so,
it
like,
a
what's
lot. And I
yeah.
just think that we use Doves in a time of grieving.
Right.
And I think that we look to artists during the times of grieving as well, and we never actually think of the dove itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the it's just the idea of everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
Everybody is going through their own pains, and artists are going through things too. We're all real people, so sometimes you use Kanye's music to get through something.
Yeah.
Kanye's dealing with something, and we don't even think we put them on such a platform that they can't feel.
Yeah.
So I just keep it as a reminder to myself.
I just think that all celebrities are cyborgs that don't actually have feelings.
Yeah, or eat, or do anything they need to do. Yeah, normal lives. They just want to be taken pictures of and make music.
I remember with Earl Sweatshirt's first album, Vince Staples was doing commentary. It's like he was saying like, niggas don't care about you how you feel. We just want 16. If we want them raps, nigga, 16 of them.
Exactly. That's how it feels sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
That's how it feels sometimes, for sure.
So you got one of your fun questions? Let's do it.
I'm gonna do a lightning round.
Bang.
I don't think we've done fun questions in a bit.
Yeah, no, like all the other interviews have been just so many tangents and fun conversation topics.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's see. Let's say that you meet a girl who's a 10 out of 10, your ideal mate, right?
Yeah.
Ideal. Beautiful.
Like personality, everything. Like
Everything.
Total package.
Yeah.
But
But,
she has no nose.
nah.
A hole in the face like Skeletor.
If I touch you, it's going to be most unpleasant.
A hole in the face, or like it's
Like
like a
no.
nub, or like
Look, we're not talking Voldemort. We're talking like skeleton level of like
Yeah.
you got the like,
you got the
It's
hole.
the syphilis nose. You're
Oh,
just
God.
like it's just missing.
Nah, we out.
but like
10 out of 10 though.
like
Extra-
otherwise a
that's
10 out of
extra
10.
Otherwise,
That's
10 out
crazy.
of 10.
No,
Amazing. How?
no. I don't need anything extra. It's hard enough to deal with.
What
all
about
she
you,
got.
JC? 10 out of 10. Bitch got no nose, though.
No nose.
No,
That's
no.
a no go.
So no.
Because what happens if I get mad and say, bitch, you need to smell the flowers. I can't smell. Shit.
God damn it.
All right, bitch, you win this round.
You don't even know what's up. God damn it.
I hate you for that. Did y'all hear that? Oh, she needs to nose.
Yeah.
You don't love yourself.
There's like the
got
one
the
girl
bones.
with no nose that like works out her body and like is super fit. That's like these fucking pretentious assholes.
Yeah,
They don't-
God, you're just
they-
not
how dare
open-minded.
they?
They don't understand beauty.
Yeah.
Why can't they appreciate someone with personality?
Yeah.
Hashtag nice girls.
There we go.
That sounds like it.
Yeah. Let's see. How about same deal, but you can only talk with them online. This time they have a nose.
No, I can't do that. That's super difficult for me. I need like face-to-face interaction.
How many niggas right now have just purely online relationships?
Yeah, and those relationships are fake as hell to me. Like, I can't,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on the other side of that screen. I can't do
Yeah.
it. Insecurities.
Yeah. That bitch lost her phone. You wouldn't know how to get to her. You wouldn't know how to
Yeah, that's
contact her.
crazy.
That's how bullshit it is,
That's
man.
not a real relationship.
Yeah.
Yo,
All right.
AT&T cut her service off. It's a
Cut
wrap.
us up, yeah.
Now I have a question. Are you guys religious?
I went to church once.
JC
Okay.
can't walk into church in 7 states.
So
Whoa, God damn.
That's crazy.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
Let's suppose that you guys are to design your own religion,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Basically, you are God, and you are designing the rule book for people to use.
Yeah.
How do you or maybe you're not the only one. Maybe you got a whole team.
Yeah.
You know, how do you design everything? How do you design, what people believe, how they worship you?
Yeah.
Well,
Start from the top. Would you have
And or would you have them worship you to begin with, or just be
Yeah.
like,
So
I believe what
Would
you
you,
want,
would you have
guys.
one god or multiple gods?
So
in
for
your-
me, I've always loved like all the religions that have have multiple gods that represent multiple things.
Yeah.
But I think that my religion would be like not based on me at all, but the one thing that I said, and that was just like your output is your rewards, and like so it's all about karma, and I really believe in like the
Karma-based system,
Yeah,
okay.
I really believe in like putting out good and getting good back in return. And I don't like rules and regulations because we're all so different as
Yeah.
people. But I do believe in like putting out good to get you good, and there's this one principle from Egyptology that I really believe in, and I really take to heart, and it's that at the end of your life, your heart's weighed on the scale against all of your deeds, and your heart has to outweigh those things. You know what I mean? The heart that you had, the passion that you had, or you'll be fed to a crocodile.
Crocodile-based religion.
JC?
What about you,
JC,
JC?
you want to answer this question?
He's like, oh my
JC?
God, they can worship me.
Oh, yeah.
Squiggly wiggly.
Yeah. Squiggly.
I don't know. I've had my own religion. I
You
guess
create your own religion.
Yeah.
create my own religion.
Yeah.
I guess I'm very narcissistic. Actually, I know for a fact I'm very narcissistic.
So you have niggas worship you.
Yes.
Yeah. So
There'd
you just be
only
one
me.
God. It just
One
be
God,
you.
one being, one.
Yeah.
Would you have like an equivalent like female god to like?
Nah. It's sorry.
No.
Being a human and having a female as equal, I would hate to be a god with someone equal. They would tell you all the time what you do is wrong.
All right.
As you can tell, my girlfriend tells me I'm wrong all the time.
Shout out to JC's girlfriend.
Don't shout her out.
Uh-oh. Don't shout that bitch out.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's the one time I could be, myself.
Be
Have my
yourself,
own thing.
yeah.
Have my own thing. For
Yeah.
once.
Yo, that question went wild.
So, all right, let's see. If you had to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with 3 celebrities, who would they be?
Are they alive or what?
Alive or dead?
Alive or dead?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. Who you
It would
rocking
be
with?
Jay-Z.
For breakfast? In the morning?
Yeah. I want to understand what his thought is as soon as he wakes up.
Morning routine.
Yeah, morning routine.
Jay Z and toast.
Yeah,
that,
that sounds-
Jay-Z
that sounds like its own podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely need lunch with Joe Budden. 'Cause I need to understand how
I
like
love me some Joe Budden. Yeah.
by noon, why are you so cranky? And I end my day off some J. Cole. He probably got something spiritual thing to say to me that's gonna be kind of wild.
Yeah.
What about you?
I
Oh my
would
God,
say-
they're looking at me. I can take answer the question too.
I would say my morning I would start off with President Obama. My afternoon I would want probably.
I like the phrasing there, like as if he's still president.
Yeah.
Like, no, he never left.
Once president, always president. For like lunch, I think I'd rather have lunch with Jay-Z, and then I guess for dinner, I think I would want Malcolm X or Robert or Bobby Steele.
You just want to be mad at white people, don't you?
Yeah, this nigga, yeah.
All day. That's
Fuck
crazy.
these white devils.
Oh my God.
The Yakus. Yakubian devils.
Oh, I never heard Yaku's before. That's crazy.
Yak. He's like, yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna be mad at white people all day.
No, it's like you
No.
get a mix of everything. You get
Yeah,
intellectual, you get
yeah.
someone who
Got
is in an
swag?
urban
Yeah.
or urban
Yeah.
area and then moved out
And then
from
you get the
that.
guy who wants to
And
rifle
then-
down all the suburban communities.
Get someone who want to wrap it down the the suburban communities,
Yeah.
but someone who also has a story of atonement, who realize that there's more to the world than just black and white. There's just there's just more to it. So I think it was like a whole story.
We're gonna stick to the script that you just hate white people. We don't care about that. We don't care about the description.
Yeah. But didn't you date white women in college?
College.
Yeah.
Well,
Exposed to Jay-Z. Exposed.
Man, I thought you said you never had luck with that. Like, come on.
man, I religiously dated white women before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was-
that never happened. JC never dated a
That
white
was his
girl.
butter and bread.
That was his butter and damn. That you just airing them out. I was like,
Man, what do you mean? You were there.
yes.
I seen you. Yes. What do you have for us next?
Let's see. If you had to pick your own spirit Pokemon, what would it be?
Oh my God. Sandshrew.
Sandshrew.
Ever since I seen that badass Sandshrew from the first season,
Wait,
like.
you pick Sandshrew over Sandslash?
Yeah, man, Sandshrew is just raw. Sandslash got like herpes on his back. I don't know what's going on.
He's got the bumps.
He got the Super Saiyan hair.
Oh no, we don't need that. We were good by ourselves, nude.
Interesting. All right, what you got, JC?
Oh man, I would say Eevee.
Evie.
You're such a
Yeah.
cop out.
No, you know what?
Oh, cause you multi-face. So you just you one person at one moment. You dating white girls over here. Dating black women over here. You dating mysterious ethnic
you're in
group
Kukuma
girl.
Jungle,
Yeah,
getting
Kukuma
Mexican
Jungle. Yeah,
tacos.
you know what I'm saying?
What would you guys pick?
Oh God, don't ask me. I don't follow Pokemon. I'm just like,
Oh man,
Wait, how you gonna ask the question that you don't
know
even know?
Pokemon?
you all,
Yeah.
okay.
Pikachu.
No, I don't want to be that person.
Snorlax.
Not gonna lie, that's not a bad. That's not
Yeah.
a bad. That's not a bad pick at all. Snorlax.
That's
Yeah, Sydney.
I don't think I answered this before. Let me think.
It's hard, man. It's, a lot of
It's
Pokemon.
hard.
It's
Yeah.
a million Pokemon now.
Yeah.
You turn the app on, there's a Pokemon in your room. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I'm gonna say I'll be Charmander. I always like them.
Charmander's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little nigga.
Bro, they were so much cooler season one. Like they were just like they had attitude. They told
Yeah.
you no and shit. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Charmander was not
Wow.
fucking with Ash.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's
Well,
Charizard.
then-
Charmander fucked with him.
No.
Yeah.
Charmander did Charmeleon and Charizard didn't fuck with him.
I don't know. Charmander, when he first met him, he wasn't fucking with him.
yeah.
I mean, kind of. He
He
had
sat out in the rain.
Or either that or
Well, then
either that
there's
or,
that.
or Squirtle. Squirtle was in a gang.
Yeah.
Yes,
This nigga was in a gang.
gangbanger.
He was a gangbanger. Yeah.
Those were the niggas.
Yeah.
You know the niggas. That's what they were. In
Turtle
Berkeley
Squad.
City. Yeah, the Turtle Squad. That was
Turtle
hard.
Squad, man. This nigga, he had like black sunglasses and
Yeah,
shit.
he
Like,
had to do community service. He was on parole when he was hanging out with Ash. They told him he had
This is what-
5 years in jail.
Yo, that's crazy.
Or he could be on
Yo,
parole.
Squirtles were wilding. They were fucking with the police, the Officer Jenny. They was really
yeah,
at it.
yeah. I heard in the episode they called these Squirtles niggas. Like, I don't know if that's a symbolish or anything or a metaphor. I don't know. The shit.
So,
Not to be that guy, but
so I go.
Jenny was the finest one.
Jenny,
Jenny.
you're not
There was,
fucking
like,
with
not
the
Nurse Joy?
Nurse
Nah,
Joy.
man, not Nurse Joy.
No, you know what? I
kinda
second
agree.
that.
You second that?
Yeah,
I guess I
second
third that.
Jenny over Joy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jenny Overjoy.
Man.
Jenny.
Hashtag Jenny Overjoy.
Misty over everyone.
Yeah. Misty.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. She looked too manly to me. She has as much hair as me. I
They
don't
didn't have no shading in that cartoon.
What do you think about Misty? I don't know. I don't really care too much for Misty.
Yeah, I'm
I guess I kind of understand the appeal. I'm not.
I think JC likes Sabrina because he's into crazy girls.
Oh, Sabrina. I'm upset that I really got excited over cartoon girls. With,
I mean,
Yeah.
you too.
Trust me, we've been getting excited about cartoon girls for a couple episodes in John's Closet, man.
Oh,
we
God.
had the Hip Hop Akatsuki last week.
Yeah, that's true. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
it's all these
all
niggas. I don't think we ever got into a hentai discussion over that. I'm sure
I was
that would have
listening
been
to
a
some of
whole
that.
Yeah.
40 minutes.
I don't know if y'all mentioned my. I don't know if I was listening to some of it. I don't know if y'all mentioned my favorite anime. To me, maybe people don't even think of it as an anime, but Inuyasha is my favorite anime of all time.
Inuyasha, favorite of all
Inuyasha.
time.
Like it had a really great story, and I just loved how dark it was. Like he was dope. Like I thought he
Yeah.
was super dope.
What you got, JC?
for all time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one because I know y'all were talking cash about Yu Yu Hakusho. I thought it was
It got
good
whacked.
all the way.
Yeah.
I thought it was
whacked.
good all the way up until like the last tournament. When he became a demon, I thought it was kind of crazy. But I would say the all-time favorite, it's a toss-up between. I want to say.
He just learned that Hunter x Hunter was trash.
No, sir. It's straight.
Hunter x Hunter's amazing.
Yeah, no. I
it's
just
dope.
got into it. I just
Yeah.
got into
long
it.
running shonens. I'm just like, hit or miss for me.
Hunter x Hunter is very like.
I don't like. I don't know. I feel like they like pulled the whole Nen thing out their ass because you're trying to tell me for like the first like 50 episodes, people could have like this power, but they weren't really fucking with it. And then one random episode, hey guys, we have this Nen ability, and then everyone starts using it from that day on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
that doesn't make no
That's a
sense.
good point. Yeah.
Naruto, I thought it had like a good storytelling from beginning to end. I just don't like how like I hate how Shonen soups up all their main characters where like they're undefeatable. Like there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah,
for
that's
like
very
My Hero
true.
Academia, that's the only one where like you'll see Deku get fucked up. Like
That's
Deku,
very true.
The immediate consequences of like being OP, like
Yeah.
the tax on the body. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it like becoming that OP is like a task.
Did
Like
you like the almost like satire of One Punch Man? Then
I love
did
it. I
you
love One Punch Man. I
Oh
love the
my
satire.
God.
I love it. I love it.
that.
funny
That's
because,
amazing.
Like that's what everybody like. That's basically
Yeah.
what happens, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's
it's literally just taking that entire genre and just
flipping it. It's like, it looks like you hurt your head. It's like,
no, no. I just beat my desk in one punch.
Yeah.
that was a quick.
Yeah. So you say Naruto?
Naruto for the story wise, but I just hate how like his character just automatically beats and wins everything.
Yeah,
he talks people off the ledge. Like people were like, "I want to kill the whole world," in like one like couple
Talking,
episodes.
yeah.
And then 3 episodes later, you know what, man? This guy Naruto's up
I
to some
remember that
stuff.
kid Naruto. He changed my life.
I also don't like when in Shippuden how like some of the characters in Naruto who we really liked like Neji and shit like
Neji's like my
Just-
favorite
yeah
guy.
they kind of got forgotten like oh yeah
They
Neji's
killed
here.
Neji for no reason.
Oh, they did my
Can we
nigga
drop,
Neji.
can we drop spoilers like that? Yeah.
Man, nigga,
It's been out forever.
Yeah.
Hey,
They,
man.
they did my nigga Neji dirty. The one
Why'd
time
he die?
they brought him back just to
Because-
die, just some like emotional impact
Bro,
for
man, no,
Naruto
they
to
didn't
like.
do enough with him to make him worth dying. Like, you just killed him to kill him.
I mean, of all like the
Yeah.
secondary characters, I think I like Neji the most.
Yeah, he was.
And I
super-
love Neji in Naruto. I was like, yo,
I
this nigga's
think, I think
badass.
the choice to kill him, like the fact that we're talking about him now,
Yeah.
Is
you
right,
know,
that's why they did it. Yeah.
they were just like, this is a character that we haven't killed off yet,
They
and
could've
people
killed
still
Choji.
care about this one.
No one would have cared. Like when Choji, like when we thought
Yeah.
Choji was gonna die at like the against
yeah.
the Sound Force,
Yeah.
we were like, all right, let's just go past this episode. But then we
Yeah.
thought Neji was gonna get killed by the spider guy. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, come on, Neji. We gotta see this next episode.
If anybody wants to play the Naruto game, I will whoop ass with Hinata and Neji all day. 64 pounds.
Oh, you got.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
I don't know, man.
Wait, Ninja Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
got you,
I
man.
question
you
anyone-
ain't you ain't
I
gonna
question
do the best
anybody who
me.
calls it Naruto.
Hold on. Do you want to remind?
Can't trust it.
I don't trust it. If you call it Naruto, I don't trust you.
Do you want to remind me what happened at Alex's place when we were playing?
Yeah, I kind of what's the term when you like pretend like you're not good at something and then you just whip everybody's ass?
Oh,
Like,
don't even be like that.
What is that? What is that term? It's like a
happened?
specific term. Like okay, basically hustled.
Yes,
I guess hustled. Yeah, I hustled him a little bit.
Ringer?
Cause like, hey, how about we play Naruto? Even though I know I'm really good at Naruto.
Yeah.
It was like the old on the
Don't
like,
even bullshit me
like
like
the
that.
GameCube
Yeah.
Naruto one, and we played, and I went like damn near undefeated, and
just
I fought
whooped
like
ass.
just whooped ass.
You didn't get tired of losing?
Bullshit.
I did
No,
whoop ass. What are you talking about?
everyone else, but not me.
Did I not beat you?
It was like we played like 3 or 4 matches, and either like you won 2 and I won 1, or it was like we both won 2.
All right, well let's change that next time.
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
yeah.
Bring out the GameCube.
Yeah. Break yourself, fool. But all right. So I got one last question to wrap it up. So how is an album looking like for Chris Daniels? You got a couple of EPs and stuff like that. Are you gonna release? I guess maybe like a mixtape would be the
All
right
right.
direction.
So
I don't know if niggas even do mixtapes anymore.
You know, the thing is,
It's like-
we
it's
live
like-
in a microwave generation
Right.
right now, where and Eddie Rock has this theory about give people just enough and have them wanting more.
Yeah.
And the consumerism is so crazy. Like you could give somebody 16 songs. First of all, they're not gonna listen to that the whole way through.
No.
And then it's gone, and they want more from you, or they want something different from you. They want new content. So I'm really believing in this 3 to 5 song format, and I've always wanted to do an extended project with 10 songs or more because I'm very narrative based. But I just don't think that this is the time in my quote unquote career to give it to people.
I thought that was genius when Get Music did the 7 songs.
Yeah,
This
'Cause
entire
that's all we
summer.
can take anyway. To be honest, I mean
Yeah.
they just weren't the greatest albums, but
Good
it was a
music?
good theory. Oh no,
Yeah. I love Daytona.
Daytona
Everything
was
else
good.
was.
I thought you meant like
he's talking about-
Cruel Summer.
he's talking about the
Or Cruel
seven.
Winter.
The
Listen,
seven songs.
I like the idea, especially with well, you need to be a certain knowledge. Like Pusha T is gonna do the drug game, rap persona or whatever.
He's
So
gonna
it's
talk
like
about your nose and crack all the time.
yeah, so it's perfect for 7 songs. If
Yeah.
it's just super watertight, just like
Yeah.
super like just into it, I'm like, yeah, this is great. But like with everybody else, like Nas was out with Nasir, I was like,
It wasn't that good.
Wasn't that great?
Kanye's album wasn't that good.
Yeah.
All of his albums have been trashed since.
Yeah.
Since what?
See, we always debate about this. I thought The Life of Pablo had some promise. Everything before The Life of
Life
Pablo
of
was
Pablo
trash.
had one good song on it that you will listen to
Whoa,
forever.
whoa, whoa,
Ultralight
whoa.
Beam. You will
Whoa,
listen to that
whoa,
song
whoa.
Ultralight Beam was
forever.
good.
Had a
Old
call.
Kanye was good. I miss the old Kanye.
You will not listen to
Straight
that
from
in
the
your
soul
normal day-to-day
Kanye.
life, though.
I would.
Like All Falls Down. Like Ultralight Beam goes in his catalog forever.
That
Thank
is
you,
a great
Chance.
song.
Thank you, Chance.
Thank you, Chance the Rapper.
What other song is in the catalog forever from Life of Pablo?
The song they made about
Should have to think
Bound
about it.
to. Wasn't that Life of Pablo?
It's okay. I'm not thinking
Yeah.
about it because I'm out of the loop here.
I
You
would
never-
say
you never,
Father Stretch
listened
My
to,
Hands.
Life of Pablo?
Father Stretch My Hands is a good song.
Yeah,
Does it go in the
but-
Kanye catalog?
But it's only because Panda was on that song, and it was before we knew about Panda.
Yeah.
I got bros in the
Yeah.
No, we heard,
Well, we heard Panda, but like it was still in the wave of Panda, so it was a good time. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, but I don't know if it's like even like a Kanye West song because it has Panda as like
Yeah.
the main like
Yeah,
attraction.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
whoa, what is this?
Yeah,
like it's
for
kind of
sure.
cool. So damn, you might be right.
His last great album was
I
My
like
Dark
Famous
Twisted
too,
Fantasy.
but
I
I
made
don't
that
know.
bitch famous.
Famous. I like Famous. Maybe Famous, but Ultralight Beam.
Ultralight Beam is the
Yeah, I
hit
can't.
of
I
that
can't.
album
I can't argue with that.
for sure.
But
Damn, Kanye, come back.
yeah, shout out to Kanye.
Hey, bro, something I
Because
want to just
Kanye
make
West
sure I say is
is
like
at home right now. Yo, man, they shout
Come on.
me
Come on,
out.
John's closet, shout me out right now.
something I want to make sure I say is like I'm so indebted to this place, like Southwest Florida. Like I was like, there's so many things that I've dealt with in my life and dark places, and
Yeah.
like just when I decided to like rebrand and to like really take music seriously, this place really like took me in and they supported me, and everywhere I've gone, it's really been a lot of love. I'm just truly thankful for all that, and I just want everybody to continue on this path. It gets really dark being an artist and not being famous and trying to give people your best every day, and I just see a lot of people who are struggling through that. So just know that like we're all dealing with that, and it's just like platforms like this, like we need them, and we're thankful for them, and like this has just been like it's just a beautiful journey, and shout out to everybody else who's doing it, for sure.
Yeah. All right, you want to do some
Love
plugs?
that one.
Where can they find you?
All right, y'all can find me streaming everywhere. Chris Daniels at Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, anything like that. My SoundCloud is /Truly Chris Daniels, and you can find me at Truly Chris Daniels on Instagram as well and Facebook. It's your boy. Yeah.
Cool. You, JC, you got any plugs?
Ugly
Where
at
can I
ugly.com.
find JC? It's like
man.
nowhere.
Well, now that you mention it, I am thinking about bringing back my channel.
You should.
Yes.
JC,
Oh, wait,
I
you
think
watched my vlog? Did you?
Yeah.
No,
Did you
I-
really?
I actually watched 2
episodes,
Yeah,
probably.
2 episodes or something like
That's
that.
crazy because
Well-
I had at least a smooth 30, but it's okay.
We don't care.
I didn't know you had a blog and shit like that until
Yeah.
like I don't know. I just randomly checked it out like
He's
like
like, I
a week
wonder if he's
ago.
still getting with those white women. And then
Yeah. I haven't seen this JC guy in a
Yeah.
while. I want to be still active.
So you might bring the vlog back. for
Yeah, because
sure.
I think you're a funny person, JC. So
You're funny
like,
looking.
Yeah, funny.
You got it.
I think I don't know about you, JC, but I think I have a problem of like I know I'm funny. I can be entertaining or whatever. I just need the right lens in order to concentrate.
For sure.
How to do it, and I felt like doing a podcast is something that I listened to podcasts for like since I was like 15 or 16,
Yeah.
like back in high school. I didn't even call them podcasts back
Back then
then.
it wasn't like that. Yeah.
But I was listening to them, right? So I figured, since I like music so much, I figured like maybe doing an interview and having to have it all structured out could help me.
Do you feel
express
strapped to the
myself funny.
interviews, though? Do you feel strapped to the interview? Like, sometimes, I feel like y'all have a lot of chemistry. Y'all could just talk sometimes. I don't want to know. Like,
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing something.
Yeah.
That's not, it's like that's not recording. So, but no, I do feel like I wanna try and branch out and do something different. I've been trying to figure out what would be that different thing because I kind of want to be very
The main character jacket.
the main character. I have the title of it. I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
how I would want to do it.
well, I think
So-
that what y'all have here, for one, is really good. I just think more people need to know how good it is.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, that's another problem. Like I'm trying to figure out how to properly use
Market and
social
branch
media,
it
marketing
out.
and branch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people will love to, like, y'all getting some, like, video in one day. Like, just, like, the full-on.
That's
Yeah, we're getting there.
I imagine
Yeah,
so.
we're building into some stuff. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a good thing. Just gotta they take so many weeks and weeks of just
Yeah.
building the foundation. Because one
Oh,
day
yeah.
the back catalog is gonna be, just amazing of what
Yeah.
you have.
One thing that I've heard is that like it usually takes a podcast a good 50 to 100 episodes
Yeah.
before they actually develop into something that's like
It's the chemistry, it's the
Yeah.
foundation, it's everything
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gonna come with it. And then people just start going back through everything that you've ever
And look
done.
at your old
because they're
stuff
really a
and
fan
they
of
catch
you,
up
so-
to it. I'm not gonna lie, kind of the time continue what he was saying, agree with it. It's like you guys like watching you guys the last episodes and then just now being here, like you guys have like a really good
Yeah,
chemistry.
really great chemistry for
And
sure.
like that's what honestly I think that's like what makes a lot of podcasts, vlogs, all these things, even music, what makes it something that people have good longevity is because you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
So like as long as you guys enjoy what you're doing, like you're gonna give like really good work because it's
Yeah.
funny hearing you guys talk about things that honestly I have no
No
what
idea
the
about
fuck
at
what
all.
y'all talking about.
Yeah.
and,
But-
and I think that's another thing that makes it cool because like it's a new environment for a lot of people and it's kind of its own weird like type of environment, but it's still very welcoming. At least we try to do.
honestly, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. I fucking hate Sydney.
and I really think that you should start doing something as well, JC.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that
We
something
used, to
could be.
we used to have our own podcast. That
Really?
shit was funny.
Yeah, but
We had our own podcast.
we got to remodel and rebrand, but it'll be back. But for sure.
Yeah.
I used to vlog constantly, but it started being fun. But then it started becoming fun again. That's what made me want to do it again.
Yeah, like it's about
Yeah, for sure.
consistency is hard. Like I guess
It is.
sometimes
Oh,
yeah. It is
has
very
this always
hard,
been
yeah.
fun so far for y'all? Like never like you feel like the grind.
I think, like, I know there's definitely been some days where I'm like, oh shit, I got like literally after I got home today, I was like, oh man,
I still got to do this.
I still got to do this.
Yep.
I'll be totally honest, but like every time afterwards, I'm
You
always
feel like-
I'm always like, man, I'm glad I did that because like this was fun.
Yeah,
Like and it's like every single time too. Like,
because people are great people once you sit down. With
oh
them.
yeah, exactly. And like
Yeah, and and I think we always try to like it feels loose, but it is still very structured
and organized. Yeah,
structured, especially with like literally I'll go through like fucking making
papers and sheets.
papers and sheets of questions and shit. Research.
Kudos.
Yeah.
I know that you didn't know anything about this guy before.
Yeah, clearly.
Who's the dude that does like mega research and brings like old like
Nardwuar?
Yeah.
Nardwuar, yeah, he's crazy. Like
Is he a rapper?
No.
No, he's an
He used
interviewer.
to-
From Odd Future, right?
No. He just did an Art Future interview.
he was in a like a pop punk band or like a punk band.
Yeah.
And,
Thought
and
so.
like what was it? At the Drive-In opened for them. Do you guys know
For
At
real?
the Drive-In?
No, I don't know. I just heard the name before.
Yeah, they've kind of I think they transformed into like the Mars Volta.
Okay.
Yeah. And
They
like
opened for him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow. But yeah. I think I'll try to figure out what I would want to do next. I've been thinking about it, but yeah, John's been kind of like, yo, so when you gonna do main character jacket? I'm like, I'll try to figure it out. Figure out
One
what
day
it's
at a
gonna
time,
be.
man.
One day at a time. But yeah, man, this has been John's Closet Podcast, episode 20, featuring Chris Daniels, JC,
The big
Peace.
2-0.
Next time we're gonna get drunk.